album concept hour. The album concept hour. It's the album concept hour.
It's kind of a problem for them in Colorado, apparently, because
So many
now
people...
they've made so much of it, and they outgrew the demand to the point where there's a surplus, and now they have to
It's
sell
not
it.
as bad as Oregon. I mean, Oregon, I was
that's not a
hearing
bad
about,
thing.
Yeah.
about $15
I
ounces of weed in Oregon
was
for a while. 'cause there
just
was so
in
much.
Oregon, and I scored an $80 ounce at a dispensary,
Nice.
which is
Yeah.
at a dispensary. That's pretty sweet.
That's pretty solid.
Oh,
Shit. All right. Well, I got clips. Those are the clips.
you got clips.
I got clips.
So you
This
made your
doesn't
own
need to be
edit
open.
of Dopesmoker.
Yeah, I'm kind of so okay, the last time we decided to do Jerusalem because of the fact that
It's the original.
No, that's
No, no.
incorrect.
no,
that is incorrect.
it's
No.
well, that's the
it
first
was
one that
not.
came
Oh,
out
yeah, it's
It's
chronologically.
the first one that
Release-wise.
came out.
Yeah.
The first one recorded is Dopesmoker. In
Yeah.
that,
Okay.
so let's just start the whole thing with, I had this, so when Bongzilla, our first, maybe our second West, first or
Yeah.
second West, I mean, this is 98 for sure. Early 98, spring of 98. We go to record Stash with Billy Anderson. We're staying with the original bass player of Buzz Oven, and he hears us talking about sleep. I think we were using, when they recorded, they had super weird in-speak, and one of the things we had heard they'd say coke for things that were bad, like cocaine, because of,
But just
probably
all things.
mostly, well, yeah, like,
Yeah.
that band was coke.
Oh, okay. Like that band was hot. That band
No,
was the shit.
No,
No?
opposite.
Oh, opposite.
And I'm not saying cocaine's bad. So anyway, to get past all that,
like it's
so
Yeah.
Brian from Buzz Oven hands us this tape because he heard us talking about sleep. We're about to
Yeah.
record with Billy Anderson, and the tape on one side is Dopesmoker, the original 63-minute mix.
yeah.
And it was originally, so we later came to find out from Billy, it was in a really weird, it was recorded, Matt recorded the guitar first, then the drums came in, and then Al came and played. And then Al sang. But anyway, so on the one side of the tape is Dopesmoker, and then on the other side is this 51-minute mix that was not Jerusalem, I'm not 100% in anything I ever say. Let's also say that, but I'm
Don't quote me on anything.
Don't quote me on any of this.
Sure that
Cut it all.
Jerusalem is another take
Yeah.
of the recording.
Well, and that makes a lot of sense.
And they went back in because Billy told this incredible story of them calling London every day for more money for weed. So like you're the Dead Boys or fucking Iggy Pop, and you're calling the record company not for weed though, for dope. But Sleep's calling the record company for weed.
Well, hey,
Just
this
this magical.
It's not the craziest thing. There is some times that like bands demanded.
But Billy
mounds
said
of coke.
they recorded. Oh yeah, but it's coke, and that's.
Well, yeah, but we
I mean,
weed's reasonable. I'm saying.
Well, no, it's one of. We could get to the abuse and what makes weed wonderful, but that seems like a whole nother show.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll see where we go here. Yeah.
Yeah. So on the other tape is a 51-minute mix of which is Dave Sardini or somebody did. He mixed Unsane Records, and then this 3-minute and 55-second radio edit of fucking Dopesmoker. Right?
So okay.
So
I saw
all
that
the-
on some lists, and I was like, "They can't be."
And it has all the parts, like solos and all the
Wow,
build.
just in
but instead of 50
Wow.
times, it's like 2 times.
oh my god.
Yeah, but so that's on that Third Man's releasing Dopesmoker, the original mix.
Yeah.
In that big box set or whatever. And part of that is they're releasing a 7-inch of that radio edit with that.
Yeah.
which is super cool. I hopefully
Yeah.
I can get Matt to send me one.
Dude,
But-
hell yeah. Well, if you have been listening the past few minutes, you have been hearing Michael Makela from the band, the local band Bongzilla, who has come in to talk about Sleep's Dopesmoker with us. So I am your host, Brad LeBaron. We have our co-hosts that are filling in today. We have Reese and Nate, actually, rather than John and Dave. Yeah.
What's up?
Hey,
We figured they'd tap in since they are more of the metal experts of the Flyover State crew. Reese was the first person to introduce Bongzilla to me.
oh,
One of the first times we
Whoa.
hung out.
Thank you.
He was like, "Oh, check this out." I'm like,
were you smoking marijuana?
"Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
You're like,
Always.
oh. So
Yeah.
at what point you were so high? You're like, oh, you haven't ever heard these guys?
Well, not only that, I had never even really heard the genre at
Oh.
that point in my
Yeah.
life.
Oh,
So like,
It wasn't a Doom
I
guy.
really, that's part of my whole thing is like, it's really in my 20s that I finally learned about all of this stuff.
wow.
You know,
Wow.
I
Wow.
thought like punk rock was done, and then I moved to Madison. And I'm like, oh, there's like people playing punk rock all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. Oh,
So you've been like definitely in like the background of like parties of us getting drunk and shit
Yeah,
for
nice.
years.
Nice.
Yeah, we usually like listen to punk and metal in our crew, and just
Yeah.
Nice.
hanging out at like Mickey's and at the Wisco a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Pre-COVID, I was working at the Wisco.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Doing the door.
Yeah, I love the
Sweet.
Wisco. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what that's like one of the best little like dive shows.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
spots.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Reese is from the Madison area.
Okay.
He moved out to Denver, so he knows all the spots as well. Although it has been a few years and things do change.
Oh,
there's a lot
the
of
Wisco's weird now. Anyway, we could.
well, I was gonna say, well, I
there's a
mean,
lot.
just for a second, like there has definitely been like post pandemic. There's been some places that have shut
the
down.
floor
There's been
is
places that are
level in the Wisco now.
Just, what?
Oh wow, yeah,
They fixed the floors.
The floor is.
Oh,
fixed.
I don't know. I don't know how I
Exactly.
feel about that. Yeah.
How are you
Really
gonna
changed
know-
the vibe there? Yeah.
It's the only way you knew you were drunk. You could walk the floor. When you were sober, you could not. Now, how are you going to know
How
when
are you
you're
gonna
drunk? You're not going to
yeah.
know. Nobody's going to know.
They can't
they
do
didn't
too
even,
much.
Didn't even think about that. They
Yeah.
were just being selfish.
I
Can't like
mean-
Went
undive
straight
it.
floors.
You
I always
can't.
loved how they had the
Oh,
pour tops in their bottles there, but they'd pour like 4 times anyway. It's like,
Oh yeah, no, it's and you got to tip it way back. It's so awesome.
It was like,
Yeah.
but you're still giving me a
a-
huge, massive, strong
it's a-
drink. Like, yeah.
It's a four. It's at a four. Yep, it was. And just buckle up, buddy.
Yeah. I am glad that they remodeled that bathroom because it opened up right into like the floor where people were like watching the show, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. I mean, I didn't.
Dude, did they put a lock on the men's room too?
Yeah, I think they finally did.
Yeah,
And then
because
Door?
yeah.
too many men were going into the women's bathroom and doing illicit things.
No, that's no good.
That's
That's
why
no
they locked
good.
that
Ruins the bathrooms.
I mean, it was really the question of like, are you
Ruins it
willing
for
to
everyone.
shit in the stall-less men's room?
Oh,
or, you know,
no.
which I always was.
Oh,
I'm
no.
fine with it. I'll do it. You know.
We were
Don't
just
make me.
we were just in a club in Sweden and
Oh, that's right. You were
Right.
just touring in Europe, right?
Yep. Luckily, and right above the bar was please do not use cocaine in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's good that they put
And
a
I'm
sign
like-
up.
I'm like, does
Yeah.
that sign work? And they're like, no. I'm like,
Does
okay.
it in fact encourage cocaine use? You know, like
I mean,
if someone
Oh, they're just
maybe.
trying to say don't do it in the
A trigger.
bathroom. Like, there's
Are
only
you
so many
saying-
Oh,
bathrooms.
okay.
You're saying a sign that says do not use cocaine maybe is a trigger for somebody that uses cocaine.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering.
I would
you know what I
say
mean?
so.
Like it's possible. I'm just saying.
Sounds like an experiment or a Google search.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
I
is
would
definitely.
go with the experiment.
Yeah. This has definitely been remarked upon by someone. I ran into you while doing some of my handyman work I do on
Yeah.
the side,
Yeah.
and I was looking around your place. I'm like, oh man, you got like a nice sound system, and got all these nice posters and a lot of tattoos. Who are you? You know, like, oh yeah, I'm in a local band, Bongzilla. I'm like, oh yeah, I know those guys. And we covered Bongzilla's Wisconsin on side B.
Yeah, it gave you a W.
Yeah,
which was probably not super easy, right?
Oh, it was good. It was good from
Or
what I
the
recall.
state. A
Yeah,
state.
it gave us Wisconsin.
It was,
Yeah.
it's our. I think it's our most.
I mean,
like,
what was Wyoming?
See, that's the thing. I
Wyoming.
think
What did we
so.
do?
Eventually, what
I think
happened
we had to do a
is
compilation for Wyoming.
we-
if I'm
yeah,
not
so-
Yeah, we kind of got sick of our original.
I wanted to find.
Yeah.
I wanted to find as
There's
many
a lot of
albums
state
that were like
albums.
just named
Yeah.
for the state.
Yeah,
And then that didn't really happen for stuff like Wyoming and Montana. And, you know,
yeah. We just started making playlists.
Whose idea was it?
Oh man, it was like a joke at first.
I'm gonna blame Brad, but I mean, it
Uh,
might have been mutual. We were drinking and smoking a lot at that point. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Kind of
We're
up
like,
in the air who came up with what.
you know, Sufjan Stevens didn't finish them. We should finish them. That would be funny, and people would watch it.
Yeah, there you go.
But
There
no,
you go.
people did turn out for the Wisconsin episode though.
Oh,
That was
nice.
probably our most watched episode.
yeah, trying to stream in the pandemic and kind of like gain a following via that.
Yeah, we were kind of
Uh,
we were kind of like fucking around, like figuring out how
Yeah.
the streaming
YouTube and everything
world
works,
and shit.
Well, you got lucky we put out a record.
Yeah, well, yeah, you put out a record right in the middle of our projects. We were like, oh, dude, easy. We got Wisconsin now. Yeah. So
It was either that or well, we did play a little bit of Static X's Wisconsin Death Trip.
we did
Oh,
play.
yeah,
we
yeah,
played a little
yeah.
bit of that. We had
Yeah.
to
Push it. Yeah.
That was what was originally on the list.
There's a Wisconsin band that called a record, or a Madison band called the Tar Babies. Old,
geez.
funky punk. I know, isn't that the worst name ever?
Yeah, that's-
But
it's
that
just
was that was their
potentially
name.
problematic.
I went in 3 white guys playing funk like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Anyway, they called a record Wisconsin Death Trip as well.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's
Interesting.
multiple.
Well, there was a book
Wisconsin death
originally
trips.
that was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all
well,
about Wisconsin being a really bad place to live for the people who were like
Oh wait.
in the logging industry and shit.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were gonna say because of the weird serial killers that. come
No,
from-
but God, that's
Yeah,
where
yeah.
your brain goes.
Right. I mean
doesn't
that
it?
Yeah,
some of it is about like murders and stuff, but it's mostly about like it was about like alcoholic coal and like lumber industry workers and shit.
Yeah.
And it was about like their inability to get health care. It was like brutal, but and then yeah. It's like somebody
Kentucky
wrote a book about it.
situation.
Yeah,
perhaps?
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. If you're a side B head out there,
Oh yeah, Panopticons, Kentucky. We did that.
that was one of our first
Yeah,
ones.
that
Yeah,
was a good one.
Panopticons,
Yeah.
Kentucky.
That
Yeah,
was one of
yeah.
My girlfriend calls Sun Prairie Suntucky.
Kentucky. Yeah. That's good. I like
Yeah,
that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, so I was usually I ask at the beginning of the podcast like what got you into the album, but I think you covered it in the kind of lead
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The,
So,
the
but-
tape. Well,
but,
I was into Sleep anyway. They were
Yeah,
Sleep and I Hate God and obviously Sabbath.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
But I think Holy Mountain and Take As Needed for Pain were probably 2 records I played almost exclusively for a year. Like
Hell yeah.
not much else. Like maybe a little Corrupted or Noothgrush or stuff in there, but when I remember hearing like the first time I heard Holy Mountain and that they thanked on the back of that record, they thank everybody in Black Sabbath but the singers. So they thank Tony, Geezer, and Bill.
Yep.
That's
right?
awesome.
Yeah. And they were looking
awesome as
for
hell.
orange gear. They also had, if you have any old Mad Amp gear,
Yeah.
get a hold of us at Earache. And
Okay.
it was just, and then they were sitting in a circle of 3 guys smoking pot with all these pot leaves imprinted over it, and I'm like, and Bongzilla had
Yeah.
started already, and we were
Okay. That's another question I had is like whether that your love of sleep preceded Bongzilla or not.
No.
So okay,
No.
cool. Because
But
because it's
became a huge influence.
yeah. Because I mean it's
and wonderfully friends as well.
oh okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
have you
yeah,
have
Matt
you toured with
Pikes-
these guys?
We toured with High on Fire on one of their first or second tours.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. High on Fire.
So,
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
that is so cool.
That's a
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
live in a while because he hasn't been touring his time.
There's a lot of that Kevin Bacon moment going on now where it's like this guy has met a lot of the musical heroes that, you know.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
yeah. Oh, definitely.
I mean, I've been insanely lucky, and
yeah,
you know,
that's really, really cool.
I think
And-
hooking
and-
up with Relapse and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
always, you know, we were lucky kids, and marijuana is a wonderful bonding.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, I
you know.
agree.
And that was
man.
a great time for stoner. I mean, the early to mid 90s, it's like when stoner.
Right. Well,
Metal
I mean,
really
you're
becomes a
talking
thing,
to
right?
me like everybody.
Yeah.
It's funny how these young kids will walk up to me and go, "Oh man, you're like the originators of stoner rock and doom and sludge," and I'm like, "Holy shit, were you not?" I mean, you even take
Melvins too.
Yeah. Melvins.
Well, for sure. Yeah.
Melvins. The
Caius.
original
yeah.
wave to
Yeah.
me is the Melvins, Caius, the Obsessed, but they're even earlier.
Yeah.
I
Church of
hate-
Misery, even although
I
they don't like
hate
the stoner
God.
label.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not that early to me, but I hate God's that early. Then there's like obscure bands from down south that we were
Yeah.
Molehill, Burn the Priest, which became Lamb of God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
That was early. Like we played with them in like '97.
Yeah.
And they were still called Burn the Priest.
Wow. So they went from Burn the Priest to Lamb of God.
Yeah, when they signed
That's a real like
when they
tongue in
signed
cheek.
to American.
That sounds like okay, if we have to change it.
I
You know, like-
I think well, in your when you go or no, it was when they signed to Epic or whatever. When they signed
Okay,
to the
okay.
big label,
The big league.
We saw Randy in downtown. It was the New York Music Exchange or something. We see Randy downtown New York, and he's riding his bike, and I'm like, "What the hell are you doing here?" He's from Richmond. They're from Richmond.
Randy Blythe.
Yeah. And he's riding his bike. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to singing lessons. I got to live here for 2 months and take," because like Mastodon, they all took singing lessons.
Oh, yeah.
And they all talk about you signed to a major label.
That makes
Part
a lot
of
of
it
sense.
is, and if you're singing like, part of singing lessons is learning how to not hurt yourself and do
Yeah.
these.
There's a
things.
famous lady that I saw a
Yeah.
YouTube video about. I can't remember her name. Maybe you can put a thing in here later.
Oh, she
but-
works with metal. I've seen that
yeah,
too. But
she works
yeah.
with metal and like scream.
But yeah,
screamo type
Randy riding
stuff.
his bike
Wow.
to go
Yeah.
to singing lessons.
That's
Oh,
so
yeah.
Well, I never thought
That's-
about that, but
I
that
mean,
makes a lot of sense.
Your voice is
'cause
an instrument. You got to stay fit.
Yeah.
If
Well-
you're going to be like doing the kind
Yeah.
of singing that
Yeah.
he's doing all the time.
Also, if they're giving you insurance, they don't want you to,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
rip your vocal cord and have
Yeah.
to pay for that.
Right.
Oh, for sure. And,
So,
and I think
Yeah.
not
it
unlike
makes sense.
Mastodon, they probably did get insurance.
Yeah. I feel like you, at some level, you should, because people will steal your trailer or some shit, or
Jeez,
worse.
Yeah.
You know. But we are covering Sleep's Dopesmoker. We have
we should
talked
we should
about
listen
it
to
before. I was gonna say we
Well,
have talked
no.
about it before on the podcast. We did the Jerusalem cut.
I think if you have 2 hours, you should listen to them back to back and see how different they are.
Hell yeah.
Because to me, they're very different.
Well, I was doing that a little bit because I ripped both of them, and because I wanted to compare, like, okay, where did they take bits out? Because I wanted to make sure to highlight
I think
those
it's
on this.
really it's a different feel almost. to me.
Yeah,
because
its
the other
tone is
ones
very different.
the other ones all them 3 separated in a room is what Billy said
mm-hmm.
the second time, but they were up. That's something I didn't say about the tape. Billy then told us, so we came in to record Stash and we said Coke. Somebody said Coke about something, and he goes, Billy goes, "That's Coke that you guys say that." Because we were so worshiping Sleep that he's like, "Oh man, shut it down, boys." But then he began telling us all these stories about recording Dopesmoker, and then coming back, and them calling London for more money for weed. They were literally on a marijuana farm in Northern California.
Wow.
And they
to
needed more.
Oh yeah, they
Oh,
spent.
my
He said
goodness.
they spent about $8,000 on marijuana.
Oh, my
Now
goodness.
you're talking. Hold it. You're talking 98. So
Huh.
or yeah, I think
Yeah.
about around 90 or so 96. They probably were
So I wonder
recording.
what kind of.
No, you're
stuff they were
talking
working
about
with.
unlike now. You're talking unlike $15 ace. You're talking about probably $3,500 pounds out in California.
Yeah.
Right? So they spent 8,000. What? Still 3 pounds to record a record. He said it took him. It took him a long time. We just never had budgets to be able to do that. You know.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
if you
We
had
were
the
like-
option.
We were like in the studio for 10 days, then we had 3 days to mix it, and that was it. What? And then you're like, oh, nope, can't do that.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But whatever. No kid was Everett's walked up to me and went, that one guitar should be louder on that one part on that one song.
yeah. Speaking of songs, we're going to actually move on to our first track. Now, I have set this part
I think it's
slightly
all one
different.
track though.
It is all one track, but I have separated into movements, I suppose.
Movements.
Yeah. Usually,
I mean, in a way, it is. It is
Yeah.
a big.
yeah.
It's
Mostly-
certainly giantly orchestrated.
Yeah, mostly I had to pick clips, and I was like, all right, here's the quiet parts. Let's see if that's kind of a place to transition.
I would call those. I listened to it yesterday just because I hadn't listened to it in a long time, and I looked at the lyrics. And I started reading them, and it made me laugh so fucking hard that I had to stop reading them because they're so good. They're so
Dude.
hashing, like
Dude,
yeah,
like
I know.
marijuana.
Yeah.
Oh, did you make up a word? It's marijuana.
Marijuana
Knot. Yeah.
Yeah. It,
The Lungsman. It just,
Yeah,
I love
Lungsman.
the
Yeah.
fucking,
Yeah.
I had a shirt of the in like 2015 or so, there was like a reissue and it had the Lungsman like walking through the
oh,
desert.
really? Oh,
And they
those
have
guys
like a
with the-
tank on their back and
Yeah,
they look like
yeah.
fucking Tusken Raiders. It's great.
Yeah, definitely. Someone did good a Mandalorian crossover video, including some sleep music. Really fits.
Nice.
This first track is this first movement is Dopesmoker 1, is what I'm calling it.
Is it just? It's the intro. See, that's so fucking good.
Oops.
Awesome.
So yeah, Dopesmoker 1, and that's all before any of the lyrics come up.
So that's
So
Stuff jam chill
after
section.
that, which I think you did a little disservice of not just listening to that intro guitar, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
opinion.
No, I know it's the hardest part of this podcast is picking the clips. I think.
I just saw Sleep not too long ago, and it was my buddy. I took my buddy that had never seen him live before.
Yeah.
And
I heard. Is this in Denver?
yeah.
Matt told me a crazy story about somebody getting taken to the hospital because they had a panic attack
No.
because they ate too many edibles.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
I smoked like 5 to 6 joints in the pit, and just
Yeah.
way up front with everybody, and good time.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
somebody that doesn't smoke but loves sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens.
And he said the contact high was so insane in that theater. It was in
Oh
a
my
big
God.
theater, right?
Yeah, it was huge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
was
it's
just
like-
clouds and clouds of smoke. And so at one point I was like, is there a smoke machine? I was like, no, there's not a smoke machine.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I love when that happens.
Oh my
I
God.
personally love.
I've
when
only
that
been I've
happens.
only been at a few shows where that's happened, but
High Noon when
So
we
amazing.
play it.
High
commonly
Noon.
happens.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
I was going to
Yeah.
say that I think this is the second
yeah.
time that we've smoked together because I was at that show. And you guys were passing joints around to each other
Oh,
and
yeah.
handing them out to the audience, and eventually they got to me, and it's like, oh, shit.
yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
was not expecting this.
We just do that so nobody gets kicked out. Well,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
like,
you started.
oh, holy shit, they actually
Yeah,
get
yeah.
high on stage.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, because I mean,
And then I get to get
we all
high
know
on stage.
the jig is up or whatever with weed being a problem at this point. It's just
Fucking free the weed,
laws
man.
are slow, you know. But yeah, it's one of the age-old like
So do you
things you do when you go to a show.
Do you guys know about Wisconsin now? So, or not Wisconsin, Madison, the city, not the city of Madison, but Madison proper. You can legally smoke marijuana on the street if you have the permission of the landowner.
Okay.
In your dwelling, you can legally,
all right.
if you own it, you can legally smoke marijuana.
Awesome. No break no rules here.
Right.
Break no rules here.
And on yourself, walking the streets of Madison, if you idiotically do get hassled because you were being obviously dumb about something.
No, I've been that guy.
You can have up to 100
in the Taco Bell parking lot.
Yeah, 110 grams of marijuana on you, and they'll just confiscate it, and you'll get a
Misdemeanor.
fine. Yep, a fine.
Yeah,
It's not even
Right.
it's a ticket. Yeah, I don't even think it's a misdemeanor. It's like a ticket.
Yeah,
Brent,
it's,
do
you're
not-
right,
do
it's
not
a
put this
traffic offense,
in
Yeah.
the edit,
basically.
Yeah.
but the DAs or whatever have done a
Oh
good
yeah,
job.
I think if it's in
Rock County's not bad either.
Yeah.
you're
It's
just
not as good as
asking to
Dane,
get
but
somebody to put some money into hassling you, and there's so much money in marijuana. I think it's scarier now because there is a lot of money in marijuana in general now. The reason reason the number of states of legalization has sped up in my mind is because lobbying money has been higher, and that's how you legalize stuff is lobbying money, not the people's vote.
Unfortunately,
Laws come
Oftentimes
from
that's how it operates.
lobbying, and,
Right.
and that's money, and now there's marijuana money.
Yeah. It's the like, one of the few times you're like, oh yay, lobbying.
Yeah.
I
just think
lobbying for marijuana. Hell yeah.
We're in a horrible drinking culture that
Oh,
you got the tavern league,
like in
just
Wisconsin,
backing,
you mean?
the idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely
no.
never legalizing because they'll lose their profits. They think.
Yes.
Like,
Well, I mean,
I don't drink less because I smoke weed. Trust me.
right? But other people do.
Yeah.
And that's horrible. They'd rather you get your fifth drunk driving than you drink less.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Too, and that makes them more money too. So
yeah, right. Right. Coming over the border. Let's not legalize it.
There's money to be made. Was money to be made with making tickets and all that. But
look at the Creedsmen roll out across the dying dawn.
Yeah.
Sacred Israel, Holy Mountain Zion. So when they talk about Holy Mountain, they're talking about Mount Shasta.
Is it a specific mountain?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if you know.
Okay.
So Sleep's Holy Mountain is in reference to Mount Shasta. So there's the original. So Sleep Volume 1 was a different lineup. There was another guitar player. He became a Russian So how long have you guys lived in Madison?
Almost a decade.
Okay,
now,
I've lived
there
here for
used to
13
be-
years.
there
15
used-
years.
There used to be a weird Orthodox Christian bookstore on Willie Street.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Here, talk about degrees of separation.
Yeah.
So that bookstore is owned by the half brother of our guitar player, who is who is a Russian Orthodox priest. Justin, the original, the other original, when they were called Asbestos Death, and the original Sleeps Volume 1, Justin became a Russian Orthodox monk, which is what Spanky's brother is. And a weird side note on that, Spanky and I lived above the plumbing store on Willie Street for many years. And his brother, who can read, like they do a vow of silence. This is like, so even
how long?
Christianity, I think 3 years.
Wow.
And they have, the what I'm getting to is they have a place on Mount Shasta. I guess it would be called, I'm not sure what it would be called. That's marijuana talk.
Oasis, plateau,
An oasis, like on the way to Illinois.
That's like
that's a specific like Midwest thing.
Yeah, an oasis.
I know that.
Belvedere Oasis.
It would be like for nuns, it's a convent, but for
Yeah,
Russian
yeah.
Orthodox,
Monastery.
Monastery.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yep.
sir.
That's
Yes.
the
Beautiful.
word.
Beautiful.
Yes.
But
Where the
yes,
monks go.
and he became. But so Spanky's brother stops by our house one day. We have weed hanging upstairs like pounds. This is the fall. We used to grow a lot. And
Yeah.
he comes to the door and he goes, "Is Jeff here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just hang on." And he can read auras, is what I was getting to with the vow of silence. Like that shit opens up your brain, like to places like not speaking. Like that's why I talk a lot because I'm uncomfortable. Anyway, I go
taking the opposite of a vow of silence.
I go down. Oh, that'd be deep, dark places I've heard.
Yeah, I only talk
So I go
in
down
my
to
waking hours.
down to the door, and I answer it. Then I run back up and I go, "Jeff, yeah, your stepbrother's down there." And he goes, "Oh, go back. Can you go back and tell him that I'm not here?" And I'm like, he reads auras, right? he's like,
shit.
yeah. Well, he's gonna know I'm lying, but yep, I'll see you in a second. I'm like,
Right?
he must have snuck out the back door we don't have.
Jumped out a window.
Yeah. So
Did you see a window with
That-
like a breeze
It's
and the
my-
shades?
yeah, Bongzilla's original connection to the original or one of the original members of Asbestos Death.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
name for a band.
That is
It really
oh,
is.
yes.
Which was
Oh,
put
yeah.
out by Profane Existence, a Minneapolis band, label. Was
Oh,
put
really?
out their very first 7-inch, which was a
Nice.
very punk rock label, like crusty punk,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
dystopia kind of crusty punk stuff.
Nice. Nice.
Misery, I think, was on that label.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember them?
Okay. Okay.
If you're into that kind of shit.
Well, I was gonna say, like, what are
Oh, yeah.
what are some of the good local, I guess, Midwest
Ooh.
local labels right now? Before we get to the next track.
I don't know any of that stuff.
Okay.
I'm old.
I'm just curious. I was like, oh, you got the deets.
I mean, this
'Cause,
is years ago when I paid attention. And that's like sleep lore. Any sleep lore for a while for me was like. And then I met Matt and talked to him a little bit.
Oh,
and
you
I'm
actually met the person behind the stuff that you got obsessed with.
he was like, he kept going,
Yeah.
and before he would tell me any story, he goes, "We were just kids, man." Because they were, so it was so weird because
That's funny.
London didn't know what to do with it. He said, and then it just like disheartened him because it was like their swans, it was like their
Yeah,
masterpiece.
yeah,
their
right.
Umaguma, their
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Their,
yeah. Well,
Volume-
they're making a big just risk just with the format.
Yeah.
They're like, we're
Well,
gonna make a one
They didn't see
album,
it.
one
I don't
track.
think they even thought about what people would think at all. They just
Yeah.
were doing it.
Uh-huh.
I think they thought they felt like they were creating this super beautiful, great thing.
I think
But
it
I
is.
don't,
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah. Well,
It's-
speaking of which,
it's-
let's get into the Dopesmoker movement 2.
Oh yeah.
This is
Another
where some of the
selection.
lyrics come in.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut me off.
It's okay. I'll try my best.
Yeah. If you only could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've tried.
I mean,
I've tried.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Right?
Yeah.
For real. I know I have.
Fucking I love this opening line of the entire album. It's drop out of life with bong in hand, follow the smoke towards rift-filled land.
Which is another planet that you have to travel through space with a bong on your back
Oh damn.
to
Okay.
get through space. You don't really have air, you just have pot smoke.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Is that why there's like 2 moons or whatever in the background?
Well, then the newer R2, they've got the spaceman theme going.
Well, yeah, because
too
the
on that stuff, which is
marijuana,
like-
the marijuana goes off.
yeah.
Yeah. He needs to continue to spread the weed seeds.
I never asked them what they originally wanted because that first bootleg that
Yeah.
TP Records did
Yeah, that's
Had-
the first. Yeah.
had only green. They had that cover is a close up of a Mad Amp Tolex. So that's the covering of a amplifier head.
Oh,
That green is what that
okay.
is. Yeah.
Huh.
But I think the weird dude, the weird, like, almost ancient looking dude so they had the background, and then there was that weird guy too, right, on that cover.
Yeah.
You'd have to almost look it up. I think that's what they originally wanted.
Interesting.
But I'm not positive, because they knew they gave Tony, the guy that put out TP Records, put it out. They knew him.
Okay.
They were friends with him, so they knew what was going on, and they got. From what I knew, they got copies and shit.
Yeah.
And that was Jerusalem. That was that, and I think that was the only copy they had. And I don't know if they wanted.
Okay.
TP
no,
Records.
That was no
Just
result.
go-
TP Records. That's probably a good.
I
inclusion.
bet you're still gonna get TP.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Here we
There
go.
it is.
Some.
I think that's there.
This
That's the original Dopesmoker artwork.
one? Okay. Wait. This one with the expanded thing.
Yeah.
You want me to look at that?
No. Well, I would look at that first one. Is what I would look.
Yeah.
That's the cover. Yeah.
Oh yeah. What is that?
I mean, it looks like a 3-headed horse, but you'd
And
have
then
to.
the guy's like, he's got like some Cthulhu stuff going
It
on.
looks like a Hashian to
and
me.
then the fish
Yeah.
has got like
Which a
a
Hashian
claw.
was an assassin. That's the word for assassin.
Yeah.
Which we were in Spain and we were rolling Marahuchis, which is a marijuana hash joint.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which I would advise everybody to.
Yeah.
try.
Oh yes.
Or
yes.
do. Just do.
I do
Don't even try it. Just do it.
I usually do the blunt version, but yes, it's always a good idea.
They don't mind tobacco in their business in Europe. In most of Europe,
Okay.
spliff
yeah.
is, yeah.
Spliff's
Which
always
they
a good way
call-
to go, man.
They were called, I like keeping them kind of separate. I mean, I don't mind a blunt every once in a while.
I'm a
but
real blunt guy.
Are ya?
I was raised in a blunt family.
To be blunt,
Yeah.
I was raised in a blunt
my
family.
sister raised me with White Owl White Grape.
This is your pop punk Christian sister?
Oh no. She was not involved with that in the least. I was like one of the goody kids
Oh.
of the group.
Oh,
But
you can't tell anymore. I like it.
no, yeah.
Look
I
at
tried
all your hard work.
I try
you
to keep
guys,
it in the-
you too. All your hard work paid off.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is you guys for a decade showing me
I
this
think-
kind of music.
I would say congratulations.
Yeah.
It may have broken you, but you know what?
I
Back up.
well, the other day I was on a podcast talking about King Crimson,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the number 1 of 5 that I chose was a complete instrumental. I chose really short ones just because of the podcast format that I was doing, and the number 1 I chose was like an 8-9 minute jam, and 5-10 years ago I never would have thought I'd be the guy doing that. You know?
do you want to get your money's worth at a bar, the Wisco next
Oh,
time
yeah.
you play
Yeah.
fucking Jerusalem or you play
always.
They
Dopesmoker.
have
Yeah.
Dopesmoker?
For your that's your one.
Dude,
that's a one play.
I've never,
One play.
I've never even thought
So
of
Jerusalem split up, but I think
that. Yeah, it's in 6
Dopesmoker.
parts.
Dopesmoker's one song out
Mhm.
in the
Yeah.
world.
I put on
62
Dopesmoker at the
or
Paradise
something?
a couple times, and
Oh,
like I
yeah.
remember at one point the guy behind the grill was like, "Nobody fucking changed this."
Yeah, no, don't you. If you press forward on that, you're done.
That is fucking great.
I played Jackie Blue at the Wisco 4 times in a row one night. Jackie Blue, Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard them? They,
Yeah.
If you want to go to heaven, you got to raise a little hell was their big hit.
Mhm.
They sang like this ballad, Jackie Blue.
Yeah.
And I
That's a
played
good
it
one.
4 times in a row at the. I was all drunk,
Yeah,
thinking I was funny. But actually, I was funny.
That's how I remember
And,
it.
like the 4th time, this guy goes. So 3 times it's played, and the 4th time goes. Who the fuck did this? This guy yells it, and I go. I'm like, I fucking did, and I like this song a lot, man. He's like, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Do we have another movement?
Yes, we do have another movement.
All right.
But
So,
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
that's the
that would
original
probably be me in
artwork.
the bar too. Like I'm the kind of guy that'd be like, "What the fuck's happening? Oh, okay. Never mind. It's all good.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
we're gonna leave that guy alone.
yeah. I backed down fairly quick. But yeah, I got two parts for this track actually.
Oh.
This movement. I have a bit of the solo and a bit of.
So you just said the solo when I'm pretty sure there's 4 of them in the song.
So okay. I've gotten mixed things on the board. Some people say that there is 3 solos. Some people say Jerusalem only has 2. According to the Reddits.
The Reddits?
The Reddits. Yeah. I do research on the Reddits, see what people are talking about.
Okay, you want to talk.
Sometimes it's not valuable, but
sometimes it's not.
So me and the original bass player used to take we'd call it free jazz sludge, and we'd take
Ooh, really?
We'd take LSD.
That sounds amazing.
We'd take LSD, and then in the middle of the LSD, we'd take like about 2 hours in, you take some mushrooms, and then we'd initially start the LSD trip listening to music, and then when we took the mushrooms, we listened to a little more music. But one night we were doing this, and we were listening to the original Dopesmoker tape, and I was sitting there, and I'm like, dude, do you hear the fucking solo the whole time? So way under there, and so then being
I thought that I heard something like that.
Wonderfully knowing knowing Billy now, I fucking called Billy, and I'm like, dude, I just took a lot of LSD, and then we took mushrooms, and we were listening to Dopesmoker. Is there a solo the whole time? And he goes, yeah, Matt did a solo for the whole song.
oh wow,
Motherfucker.
And we bring it. I mean, he did there's part that it's multiple solos at once.
Yeah.
But there's literally, and I go, then you have it way underneath. He goes, maybe you could hear it. He goes, that's
Dude,
what he said.
I did think a few times that I heard something. I couldn't
Like
figure
they'll
out
be
what it
going
was.
really heavy and really way underneath. He's like going,
yeah.
Like,
What
oh,
the
shit.
fuck?
He
That's
like
so
he
crazy.
literally does a solo
Oh
the
my
whole time, I
God.
guess.
That's like the kind of shit that just wrinkles my brain.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking, that
okay.
came out of King Crimson.
Well, let's see if we can. Oh, that would be
yeah.
something that they
Hell
would
yeah.
do. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no, that came out of you saying there's only one solo. I'm gonna say
All
there's.
right. Well, this is
I'm like,
this is a solo over top. Of
this is the first solo.
the third movement.
No, but I'm saying, do you know which? Is this like? There's a solo right after
so
he sings.
This is. I think it might be that. It might be that. Let's see what it sounds
if
like.
I know.
Because I don't fully know where exactly it
I
lies.
kept thinking when I
The
listened to
solo's
it
very long.
is wow,
solo.
that was a really good because some of his solos are Gilmore-y, and obviously there's always Iommi, but some of his solos are so Gilmore-y.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of Dwayne Allman and Matt Pike solo.
Yeah.
And I'm a
Definitely.
huge Allman Brothers fan, but
Oh my God.
okay,
yeah.
so play movement with
Yes.
the solo
Part of
in Dopesmoker. The solo. Jesus.
It kind of reminds me of like Hendrix.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a Hendrix aesthetic.
Tone,
for
that super overdriven tone.
sure.
yeah.
For
yeah.
any listeners out there that are not metalheads but are listening to this episode too in the future, like the thing I gotta explain about Sleep and also about Bongzilla, I haven't seen you guys a couple times.
Yeah.
This is the reason that I've always loved Doom so heavily is because when you go to a show, it's not like I don't know, some radio rock show where it's like, oh, it doesn't sound the same. It sounds, God damn, it is, these guys are out here and they're reproducing that sound, and I mean it's
it's
fucking
even
amazing.
and you're being engulfed. You better have a good stereo system if you're going to be engulfed like you're engulfed at a sleep show.
Exactly. I mean it's even more. It's
amazing.
It's not lessened for the
like there's
lack of
there's
production.
a few shows that's literally changed my heartbeat.
Yeah.
And that's it. When your heartbeat literally starts thumping with the bass. Hip hop like Cypress Hill show years ago.
Yeah.
You were talking about Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
And like that bassy, and at raves, my heart sped up. Well,
Wow.
might have been something else too.
I never thought about it. I never
But
thought
that,
about that.
or even like Gabber, which is the years ago a guy remixed the Bongzilla song as a Gabber track.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just cut it up on a computer.
Yeah. Just
super interesting. It took the kid like 5 minutes. I'm like, you're funny. Thanks.
I know, right?
And then he
They just do whatever in like seconds, and it's just like, oh, okay, cool.
And this was like this is like crusty raver kids with like converted oil bus. Like now you're driving an oil bus because you converted your diesel.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like all those kids that made shit for kind of the made like the Oakland like warehouse kids and
well, there's a few Christian hippies that would do that. You know, there was the Christian hippies around, and they would always have the oil. They would go to the festivals and then take all of the
the
used
guys
oil.
that I'm a poet on State Street. Those kids.
Probably. I've been out of the circle for a while.
Have you?
But
I think that solo is later there's a solo before that.
Yeah.
But that's the big solo, I would say.
Yeah, it's the obvious solo. Like
But
for a non doom person,
it's finger tapping. It's
Yeah.
And I think there's three. You're hearing probably three guitars there too, I'd guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Well, now that you mentioned the stuff underneath, that's what I was also listening.
So there's
for.
just one. He did one that he could, so he could turn a solo up anytime, and that's why I'm talking about.
Wait, what? That was his motivation for that?
Well, just to
that's
make
so
sure.
Cool.
Just to make sure.
Just at any time, I can just turn up this dope solo.
He also, you guys
this
might
is a
not.
backup.
You might not know about recording, but it is unheard of for a drummer to come in and play to a guitar player's track.
You usually start with drums, right?
Yeah.
Which is why Metallica is so fucking weird and shitty, to be honest. At the end of the day,
Sleep had a really good drummer though.
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just saying.
No, like I am making fun of Lars is in a recent interview he was like, I don't even practice or rehearse. Like, what are you fucking talking about, dude? Like, you need to.
Yeah. Oh, those.
Nate is also. I mean, he's on the Megadeth side of the Metallica.
I'm like a thrash. I started with thrash metal, and then I'm on
Death
metal.
Angel side, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
We talk about Death Angel instead of. I was in the Wisco drunk at the bar one night, and I'm like, "Fucking!" Somebody put on Metallica. I go, "Can we just stop?
Can we just stop?"
And this kid goes, "What?" And I go, fucking Metallica, let's just agree right now. Metallica sucks.
Yeah, can we just
and
never?
He goes, what about Kill 'Em All? And I go, oh, did Kill 'Em All come out yesterday? We need to stop Metallica right now. We needed to stop Billy Joel. We needed to stop The Boss. Metallica's on that list.
Before they went too far?
Yeah. Well, they've gone too far.
Yeah. There are definitely a lot of bands that
that's opinion.
Jump the shark.
That's opinion, and opinion's a wonderful thing.
Opinions are wonderful. But yeah, this is the section where they introduce the idea of weedian.
And more lyrics. More fancy.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say we did break down the themes or whatever. But
I'm going to say I don't want to, and when people say they don't want to offend people, you know what they really mean. So proceeds the weedian. Go on like Facebook. There's like the proceeds, and people will be on there smoking. Like you can do this. Where's
the bull?
Yeah. So you would do this.
Yeah.
It's so horrible. It's like 420 to me because Bongzilla would always, like Relapse would put 420 on everything.
Yeah.
Right. So this is a whole Facebook web like site.
Just people taking big rips.
Proceed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can we?
I was skeptical at first, but now
but so the proceed the weedian. Okay, continue because weedian's a great word.
Yeah, that's one of the things I appreciate.
Yeah, to me it's up there, and not to pat myself on the back, but a marijuanakin.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
That's a winner. If your word Dixie from Weed Eater would call it wordsmithing with no words missing.
Yeah, we kicked around for the side B thing, actually doing a marijuanakin like as one thing. If we're doing
the whole country
at the end. Yeah. There are a lot of America-based albums. We could just do
what about just do the whole band?
The band America.
Yeah. They're from America.
Yeah. Well, there's also Asia.
There's also an American band.
There's an American band.
They're coming to your town.
Yeah,
they come to party down.
I think that's what they're coming for.
And I don't know if they're doing anything with your daughters or mothers, but sometimes rock bands are doing that in songs. You know what I mean?
Well, they used to.
They used to. No. These days they've calmed down a bit.
Let's say you're going to play him and he's going to sing "Proceeds the Weedian." That's what's
okay. So actually, the clip I have next is so in this section, movement 3, I also have what I'm referring to as like a reset, because there's like different parts throughout the album where like it kind of recenters. And there's like a
dynamic shift.
There's a dynamic shift, and there's also like a certain riff that's like
similar,
but
there's a
expounded upon.
There's a central riff they keep going back.
Yeah.
It's the starting riff from the song, and it carries all the way through to the end subtly.
That intro guitar, that riff is the riff-filled land. You need one.
Yeah.
You need one.
So let's see if this is what I hope it is. Let's hear what I picked for reset.
Oh God, if I hit this again, it'll be good.
I'm sorry. It's a weird one.
Yeah, I just had a coughing fit, and I'm like sweaty, and I'm like, oh my God. I feel higher though because of that. Nazareth.
But yeah, that first bit where it's like burn, burn, like that, I feel happens every so often.
That climb, yeah.
Yeah.
So proceeds the Weedy and Nazareth. When we first met Matt, Sleep had been broken up for a couple years. He had started High on Fire. We were hauling Sleep's gear. They had these old green gear, the same kind of gear we use. So I was happy to haul it. But just these huge cabinets we were hauling, but High on Fire had them. Because Al wasn't playing music at all. What started Al playing music again is Billy Anderson took him to a Weed Eater show.
And
he was, Weed Eater is that good to me. I mean, they're
so fucking good.
If you play, Weed Eater makes you want to go play. Because Dixie is just so fucking fun. Like literally one of the most fun people to watch play music ever in the history of the world.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things that kind of got me about this type of music in general was the fact that like even if I didn't fully understand or appreciate it, like when I listened to it live, I was always just in the zone. Like it is so good to see live, even if you're not a fan of the genre. It is just it's an experience.
I mean, you don't get overwhelmed by music that often.
No,
in general, it's a genre you're going to get overwhelmed by music more often. And it just, I don't. You know,
well, I was saying
when
earlier,
this first started, you could see Sleep in a backyard in Oakland. You know, I mean, these were punk rock kids, hippie punk rock kids.
Yeah, that decided to do something different.
My old neighbor is this dude, Jay. He was one of their older punk neighbors back when they lived in Oakland and like knew Matt Pike back then.
Nice.
Yeah.
I gotta say though that I did see them once where they were a little bit off, and I think it's because Matt hit a rough patch for a while, I think, where he was like really like drinking hard, and then he got California sober recently. He's just smoking weed, So he's and then I saw him again with Sleep here in town, and they were phenomenal, and he sounded great. And I also saw High on Fire again, and once again it was like way better experience because like he was not drunk on stage. But
it's weird. You think you play good when you're drunk, and you just really, really don't.
It's like playing pool or something, right? Like
there's a few of those bands.
Sometimes you think you're really good at pool when you're drunk, and then you get to the table, and then like you're just whiffing balls left and right. You know?
Yeah.
It's the confidence.
Yeah.
Other times maybe it works.
I think you can pull it. It's easier to pull off on stage.
Well, yeah, pool table. Well, and people are probably giving you like I don't know. I assume at some bars you get like a drink minimum or something for performing.
If you're High on Fire, I don't think you do.
No. Okay. Well, some bands do, I guess.
Mean, how many 3-piece bands need a couple bottles of whiskey?
Oh yeah, I suppose
But my
it depends on what their
point,
poison
sorry,
is.
I'm so out.
It's okay.
It's the marijuana.
Yeah.
Nazareth. So when we first met Matt, he would carry around a Bible. I guess for a long time,
I read something
all of
about
Sleep
that.
would carry around Bibles.
Yeah.
They were very religious dudes. Okay.
That's great because it comes through for sure in all these lyrics. Like,
well, this is literally a song about finding God through marijuana and a riff.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing with Ohm now too. I mean, Al Cisneros' whole other project is just really about like self-discovery through, introspection, drug use, and heavy music. And it's super interesting.
Which he doesn't, I don't think he uses that much. I think it's more meditation. Have you heard his dub music? He makes
actually no, I know it exists, but I've actually never listened.
It's just look up Al's. I think it's on Spotify and stuff or YouTube. Al Ciceros or whatever his last name is.
Yeah.
And dub. And his band will come up. It is super. It's like Ohm with a dub background, like him playing bass the way he plays bass.
Yeah.
And then dub music with it. It's ridiculously good.
That actually sounds real damn
good.
That sounds amazing.
He is super heavy into dub. So much so. So the gentleman that recorded Wisconsin was the front of house. An old friend that he just passed to, rest your soul, John.
Oh, okay.
But he was front of house for Sleep for many years.
Yeah.
And he told a story how Al had this portable record player and they'd go look for dub records in every town they went to.
Oh, okay.
And he had the capability of putting this record in this little thing and hearing it and playing it, not having to plug in or anything.
Oh, cool.
Like this handheld record player.
Yeah. I've seen those little contraptions. Yeah. They're real. Yeah.
Damn.
That's awesome.
Anyway, check out his dub music. It's super sick.
Yeah.
Also,
hell yeah.
Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? For all intents and purposes.
It's what?
When this airs.
Yes. Sorry. You're correct.
Yeah.
I got confused for a second.
That's really good.
Because tomorrow's Tuesday, everybody should go to High Noon and see some Weed Eater tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I actually missed it when they came through Denver recently. I got stuck working a shift and I could not get out of it. And I was like, God damn it.
I'm excited. They haven't played Madison in a long time.
Man, such a ride live.
I haven't been
we
out
always get skipped
in a while.
We get skipped.
Well, now we got that big ass fucking Sylvie or whatever.
I'm trying to get a big I shouldn't even talk about it, but I've been trying to get a huge Stoner Fest worked out at Breezefield.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh yeah,
I'd come back for that,
dude. That would be great. Yeah,
Sleep, Mastodon, maybe. I made a list of bands that was so ridiculous.
Can you do it on like Harvest Fest weekend or some shit?
Exactly what we were.
You got. You got to right. Yeah. Like that's the biggest celebration of weed smoking in the city.
They call it Hedonist Fest.
Yeah,
for anybody who
Weedness Fest.
Weedness Fest. Yeah,
anybody not from Wisconsin, there is the Great Midwestern Marijuana Harvest Festival.
Yeah, and it's one of the second oldest.
It's something very specific to Madison, though.
Yeah, second longest running marijuana pro marijuana festival in the country. The first one would be Hash Bash in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
That's a good name. That's a good name.
Yeah. Two university towns. It doesn't. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I mean, it used to make sense. University towns are different now.
They are.
Well, now
sure.
that weed is
tech money and
that weed is legal too. It's not as
the kids
cool
don't want to protest war or bad things as much.
Yeah, well, there's that too. But I'm just saying, as far as like weed, like I know my little brother is, and his friends are like, they'll smoke here and there, but they're definitely like, a little less so than me and my friends.
Well, yeah, you definitely make something like more.
It's not taboo or whatever. It's not fighting the system as much.
It's like drinking in Europe. You don't run into people that get fucking like. I mean, if you really look up like alcoholism and then talk to people on the street of Madison, Wisconsin, you're gonna run into probably 3 out of 5 people are literally like fucking binge drinking and they don't even know it. They're binge drinking and they just think it's normal Wisconsin out on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Like what's going to happen on Willie Street tonight?
When I turned 21, someone at the bar said to me, "Oh man, just wait till you get your first DUI." Which is like,
what?
And you're really
first of all, it assumes you're gonna get one, but also assumes you're gonna get another.
Oh, and it assumes you're gonna drink and drive.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Don't.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna try to just avoid all that,
Right.
But thanks for the advice, whatever that was.
Carry a Bible. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah. No, that's like legitimately dangerous.
Proceed the Weedian.
Proceed the Weedian.
See now,
Nazareth.
what's coming next is the good stuff for me.
Okay, I think this might be section 4. So let's hear what I picked for section 4. I think I might also have lyrics.
Yeah. Yeah, and then sunbeams down to the sand sea rain.
Sand sea, I love
caravan migrates through deep sandscape.
Yeah,
I feel like they must have also read Dune at some point in this time.
I think it's Star Wars, and it's that
could
planet.
be too. Yeah,
yeah, but
I mean they're both similar.
Dune is I love that David Lynch Dune. Who do you know?
Classic.
Do you know David Lynch comes to Madison, Wisconsin? He married a gal in...
I've heard that.
He married a gal from Middleton. And they go to... So the original bass player worked at the Tornado Room for a long time.
Ooh.
And David Lynch would get a T-bone, big T-bone with inch squared cheddar cheese squares on top.
Oh my god!
Jeez.
So that's the most
decadent
Wisconsin ass
but
thing.
Yes, I mean it does definitely have a Dooney feel to it too.
Yeah. Well, the cover especially, like it's got the.
I think that reminds me of Star Wars. That
guy,
too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well, I do think that what's weird is like the Jerusalem cover. I think fits more with the Dopesmoker album in a way because it's that's the cover I think about the most when I think about this song. The walking through the desert, because it feels like it does feel like you're plotting through like a fucking desert with them or something. You know what I mean? At least that's how I feel like in the first couple tracks or first couple.
They're not even really talking about space.
No, not as much in this section.
I think people kind of
because that comes next, right? That comes with the sciences and stuff, right?
Well, yeah, I don't know if there was idea behind that.
The marijuana comes out in this, right? The marijuana it's introduced here. Is that right?
I think it was always part of their deal.
I think he was always there. He was always there somewhere. Okay.
And that artwork is straight out of the word Hashian.
Yeah.
Which is an assassin. That artwork is probably old Chinese stamp or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I was gonna say I did
like
not
the
go look
woodblock
into
stamps,
it,
those old woodblock stamps.
Mhm.
but
Would
okay.
be,
Yeah.
I mean, they're into old shit more than
Definitely. Well, I
You
mean,
know?
that's the thing. Like, they're between this and, well, like you said, they're obviously obsessed with the Bible.
Me and Matt talked about
yeah.
the Sumerians and the weird Sumerian shit.
Yeah.
About,
Yeah, he's totally into like
and he could
Some
just
weird
got
shit.
did he get he just got into all that weird shit because he's into that reptilian dude.
Oh, the
Ike.
guy that talks
David
about
Icke, yeah.
David Icke.
Who
Who was a
also
former
is-
footballer who claimed to be the son of God, and but I mean,
Yeah.
Matt is
that gets
into
out there
it
real
because
fast.
of. I think he's into it because of he likes weird, crazy stories, and he
Oh
doesn't.
no,
really, yeah.
he's on the fringier the better. for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well, it
Like
used to
he-
be harmless
Yeah.
conspiracies.
I think it's just yeah. They used to be
Oh, that whole devil in me or whatever that showed. So there was a whole woman doing a podcast or a radio show with the talking about reptilians and all the shifting stuff you can look up on YouTube and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And one of her followers, she had like 5,000 followers, and there's a Vice show about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vice is great for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also about that guy that called himself a demon. He had a bunch of face tattoos. He murdered a bunch of people. Anyway,
Oh,
I'm-
no.
Jesus
I
Christ.
digress.
Well, hey, we got another movie. Wait, we already got.
We
already
were
listened to four.
at
We listened to four.
yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Sacred
I did go to the
Israel,
next
Holy Mountain,
part.
Zion.
Yeah.
And- To our
and Holy
listeners, too,
Mountain.
the thing to understand about this album is
Yeah.
is what is the total track time? An hour and
103
3 minutes.
103. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
3:31. So
Yeah.
it is something
That's-
you put on, and it feels like it's a huge part of your day every time you listen to it, and it's so
think about
damn
sitting
worth it
in
every
line.
time.
You're
Yeah.
getting coffee, or your plane is even an hour and 3 minutes late.
Yeah,
You're gonna that's it. Getting in this piss
Yeah.
zone. I've seen
Yeah.
people melt down for less in an airport.
Yeah.
Or you're, God forbid, you're
It's a
getting
stressful
coffee
place.
or you're waiting on your food for a restaurant and it's the length of Dopesmoker.
Yeah.
Oh.
jeez,
And you're
Yeah,
not
God
listening
forbid.
to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
But you're using it to
And like-
space out.
like I was thinking about
Be
it
somewhere
today.
else.
The only other band I remember doing like that long of a song was Corrupted, that Japanese band.
Oh yeah.
A sludge band
They're-
from Japan, and
They're always doing crazy shit,
they
man.
did a song in I think, and it might have not been recorded earlier. That's probably close because this got delayed on releasing for so long, right?
Yeah. But it was like known about by people in the scene for a long time.
Well,
that shit spreads,
London sent out that tape in CDs as well.
That's what
Because they were trying to
They're trying
literally-
see, what do I do with this?
Literally figure out what the fuck.
What is this?
Because this was also, they were signed to London out of their Nirvana craze.
Oh, okay.
That's 90. So they signed 93 or 4.
Yeah.
Dopesmoker was released in
Yeah.
93, I think.
Yeah.
Or not Dopesmoker. Holy Mountain was released in 93.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
that's
They had
right.
volume
So, I
1,
was gonna
right?
ask,
Was the
have
first
you-
thing?
Well,
Yeah.
that was released after the first things released was Asbestos Death 2 7-inches,
Yeah.
which were songs that were on volume 1, but volume 1 was released, I think, after, or maybe
Okay.
not.
Volume 1 was 91. I'm seeing.
Oh,
here. And
no,
then
you're right.
92 was
It could
Holy
be a way.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a
92,
way of
there
just
you go.
putting
Then
Yeah.
nothing till
the
98.
asbestos death material into
I
their
just-
catalog.
you know
as
what?
high or as sleep.
Volume 1 was harder to get. I didn't see it till after is probably
Yeah.
why I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
But and then 90, like way later it's not till 2000 that TP even did that bootleg of this.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
And that's the one that I
and that's
have here.
because of the
yeah.
contract. In the contract that, like, that was a day and age. Like, even the contract that like bands like I Hate God and Sleep
Yeah.
sign with Earache
Yeah.
initially, and then Earache sells you to London, just like
Sells you.
Mastodon got sold And then you have negotiating power a little bit as a band, but But I think part of it is for 10 years they lost their name. Like they couldn't use the name Sleep as part of the reason they didn't play for so long.
Oh shit!
Because when High on Fire first started, he was like, we can't even play right now because we didn't follow through with that record. And when you sign with a thing like London, I think you're signing up for X amount of touring. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
voice lessons, X amount of touring. Like even Mastodon, like the last time Mastodon played at I think it was the Majestic or something. I'm like, hey, I brought Brett Weed, and I'm like, hey, can you guys play Emerald? And he's like, I wish we could. And I'm like, what? And he goes, because of their contract, they have to play 80% of the new record, and then the other 20% is the hits.
Man,
what?
And that's contracted.
That's so harsh for fans too, because it's like, the new album. It's always, any band. It's always like the new album's cool, but we came here for the old stuff almost every time. You know,
right?
Like, You're saying this is happening to them right now, or is this at that time?
This is what they go through. This was the last time they were in Madison. They were playing they always are playing stuff off the new record that they're trying to sell.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed by that when I saw them live last. I was like, they didn't play anything. I think from
they play
Dopesmoker.
like the hits. Oh, you mean Sleep?
Yeah. I mean, they play the hits too. It seems like.
Yeah, and they'll play a part of it. Do you know when they were playing this? They did a tour, and I want to shoot myself every time I tell this story. Yeah. They were opening for Hawkwind.
Oh, that's a progressive rock band from the 70s.
Prog rock, super good.
Oh my God,
that Lemmy got kicked out of for being a speed freak instead of loving LSD like everybody else. Like people.
That's Lemmy though.
Yeah, right. I have a really great Lemmy story if we get to it.
Ooh, okay.
Hold on. What was I just talking about?
Hawkwind and Mastodon.
Sleep opening for Hawkwind, and they were playing all of fucking Dopesmoker, and they played it's on Atwood, the theater.
Majestic.
Barrymore
Theater, all of Dopesmoker, 1993 maybe 2 or no 5 I guess.
Yeah. Oh my God.
How old were you?
95?
Yeah.
7.
Oh.
I was 7.
I was 5.
5?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Reese.
I was 6.
Oh.
See, this is
I'm
the
old man of the podcast.
I think this is the thing about
how cool would
transition.
Your parents have been?
Oh, man.
Yeah, my parents are pretty cool, I think.
My mom was jamming on Alanis Morissette at the time, and my dad was listening to Seal, I think.
Ooh, Seal.
Yeah. I think that Seal was really soothing him during the divorce. Really helped him out. I do have me some fond memories of some Seal, like for real.
I bet you got extra ice cream when Seal was on.
Oh yeah,
my mom's very much like Queen and like Janis Joplin were like big ones.
Yeah.
My mom listened to John Cougar Mellencamp, and my dad always listened to like Mike Oldfield.
Oh yeah,
he did a similarly long album called Tubular Bells. It's what they used as a theme for it launched Richard Branson's career.
Richard Branson, wait, the
shit
Virgin
you not,
guy?
yeah. Virgin Records' first album was Tubular Bells, and then it was used as the theme for The Exorcist.
Oh yeah. And
it's a multi-instrumental piece that he did, composed the whole thing, and played all. Again. Mike Oldfield.
Wasn't he in the Monkees or something as well?
I don't think he was in the Monkees.
But what was Mike? He was in something big. I feel
he might have.
This is a Google away, everybody.
I'm looking. I'm already.
Well, I was going to say we actually need to take a quick break between now and the fifth movement or whatever I have. I have 8, by the way, movements. So
and we're at
5,
the 5th.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7. So we have 4 more after the break, and then the clip from the live.
And there's no
track.
more solos.
There's one more solo.
Oh, but you said the solo earlier.
Well,
I'm just pointing that out.
There's I was told that there are 3 solos in Dopesmoker. So I tried to I found 2 of them. I think one of them's in one of these.
I know there's
clips,
one big long one.
But just one?
That underneath the whole.
Yeah. There's one
so
big
for
one.
all intents and purposes.
If I could just get just that isolated, I would kill someone. I mean, I don't have to kill someone, but if that would help.
63-minute solo.
Oh my God. That'd be so cool. I would just have it on in the background of things.
What are we doing today in the studio?
What?
What are we doing today in the studio? Oh, we're going to do that solo you want?
Oh, yeah. Just sit tight.
How long is that going to take?
Yeah.
How many takes? Oh, man. Imagine doing multiple takes for it, too. If it was
right? No. It's like you got, right.
Yeah.
You just get done with it. And you're like, you go back in the booth and he goes, you had about 5 minutes out there.
Yeah, it all kind of fell apart.
You got another one in you? We'll keep that one, but I think you can do better.
Yeah,
take 5 hours.
Yeah.
Well, 5 hours, and you're counting the 3 minutes in, and I think it would be 5 hours and 15 minutes.
I mean, it makes you understand the several pounds of weed that it took to record it, honestly.
Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Right?
Like, you had to be real high.
That would be necessary. Yeah.
I always try to clue people into this, like seeing them live. It's like they're gonna play nonstop for 2 hours. That's what they do every time.
That is what they do.
It's an hour and 40 minutes, exactly as much time as they get allowed. They don't stop playing. And
get
like, thanks for sleep. Like walk off the stage.
It's like on the opposite end of the spectrum from like Megadeth's first album, "Killing Is a Business." They spent $8,000 on speedballs. And their guitarist tried to sell cymbals from the drummer to get more speedballs.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So but it was like a really fast album. Yeah. And that's why. And that's what they needed. What Sleep needed was 5,000 pounds of weed.
Dollars worth. Yeah. So that, probably 2 pounds, I bet they got. Because they were on a farm.
Oh, definitely pounds. Definitely pounds.
5 pounds. Yeah.
And then they bought a lot of gear. They bought a bunch of green gear. I could go into the history of greens and what makes them great.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll hear some of that after our quick break. We're gonna take.
Break.
And we'll be right back with the Album Concept Hour with Michael.
The Album Concept Hour.
Yeah. We played Summerfest though. The day after Weird Al played, like we played the same stage. But he was gone. He wasn't there like that day. And I was like, damn it. I was like this close to meeting Weird Al. But yeah, that was my first concert was Weird Al.
Oh.
Yeah.
My first concert was Head East. I love this question. Head East. Do you remember Head East?
Wait, that's the previous version of a different band, right?
No. Okay. It's sort of a Cheap Trick or REO Speedwagon. They were from REO Speedwagon was from Champaign.
Yeah.
Cheap Trick was from Rockford. Yeah. And Head East was from Bloomington or something. But they were all part of like those 3 bands, and then like Foghat and like just stuff that I originally grew up on with Black Sabbath and Zeppelin.
And
then like Blue Cheer, and my uncle wonderfully was into like even weirder stuff like Atomic Rooster, the original Fleetwood Mac, which
before Rumors and all that.
Right, which is why green amps are called greens, is because they started building them for Peter Green.
Oh, really?
He also is the gentleman that wrote Black Magic Woman. It was
shit.
That Santana made famous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Okay. This guy's important.
Yeah. I mean, Peter Green to me, he's very important. He was in the Blues Mayo Yeah, I mean, just a 60s era. And then you hear his story. Fleetwood Mac was on tour in Europe, and he hooked up with these hippies in Germany.
As you do.
Took up, right? In the 60s especially. Took a bunch of acid and ended up losing his mind. There's a documentary about Peter Green, and Mick Fleetwood's in it, and he's like, yeah, these fuckers gave him all this LSD and ruined his work.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's like Sid Barrett.
He's still, very similar. And you can tell Mick Fleetwood's still mad about it. Like, he's still pissed about,
Yeah. Well, like, that's the thing. Like, it's, I don't mean to get into this too much, but like, it is something that is correlated with people that struggle with schizophrenia. Is like they do.
Oh yeah, you're opening the door, and
I've had friends that desire that kind of experience. That are
They say it's the closest thing to temporary schizophrenia.
Yeah. So there was like a kind of weird, there's a weird fascination.
Smoking DMT might be closer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which is a very magical fucking thing. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Kids
you get transported.
Don't try that at
here
home.
that gets DMT vape pens.
I've heard
there and
you can get
them
in
real hard.
I can get them here. I can get them here
in public and just
so good.
Yeah. I would advise going around to Christmas lights. With a DMT vape pen.
Ooh,
holy shit.
Okay.
But be careful, because you might, if you're by yards, you might want to walk in there.
Oh.
I might want to walk in there.
Yeah.
When I'm doing it.
Yeah. Have you walked into some homes?
Not in the house itself, but I was in their yard sitting there hitting a.
Yeah.
They let their dogs out. Two little chihuahuas.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
cute,
growling and barking.
Oh no, they didn't want
really
you to be there.
Ruined it.
Yeah.
They looked really vicious on DMT though.
I bet. Yeah.
And then these little creatures walked me back to my house. It was a block and a half away.
Oh,
I shouldn't have been out and about.
and they were they friendly after that then?
The creature, there's nice. They helped me home. I think that's nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they were just kind of agitated at first. Like,
no,
what are you doing in my yard?
dogs were mean. The little creatures that walked me home because I was high on
creatures.
Yeah.
They
were little.
Yeah. Did you go to the geometric world?
Oh yeah. Like the light seems to turn into a gas geometric.
Yeah.
It's pretty freaky.
Yeah, I'm not a very visual guy when it comes to that stuff, so I've never seen anything like it. But I've heard about it and read about it.
You got to go in going really deep. That's when I started seeing. Like, I was sitting there once, and there was this big creature, like standing over me, and I was like,
shit.
Dude, you just can't stand that. And it's also one of the only
you
drugs.
Can't do that.
You can't stand there. I'm like, you can be here, but you can't stand there. And it was one of the only drugs I've ever felt like I could interact with.
Oh,
like
kind of almost like lucid dreaming.
Yeah, well, you're like,
where you can kind of change things.
Yeah, I need it to be okay right now. So little DMT gods.
Yeah.
I remember I was on mushrooms and I took a big hit of a DMT cart. And when I'm tripping too hard, the first thing I'll always do these days is grab an acoustic guitar.
That's smart.
That just.
Well, actually, last time it almost did the opposite for me.
Well, I couldn't see the fretboard. And I'm like, I can't, and I was trying to play and I couldn't see.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, DMT gods, make it just so I can see the fretboard so we can get through this moment of holy fuck. Because DMT speeds stuff up sometimes so crazily. Like you're in a warp hole. Is that ever? Like, it's like, you're like,
I've witnessed someone going through it.
Yeah.
Is it almost like salvia? Because I know that salvia
I've
is similar.
I've never gotten off on salvia.
DMT,
I've watched a guy
hard enough. It is full on out of body. Like, you're not even present sometimes.
But it like I was there, but it felt like I was literally in a spaceship. Like, and everything was going. And now, along with that movement feeling, everything's in a geometric cloud.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then there was like weird shadow things sometimes, but light, like the color of light became geometric gas. Yeah. But then myself, I felt like I was just like flying through time and space, or what what do they call it? The meta universe or whatever.
The metaverse?
Metaverse. Yeah. Which I'm not even sure what that means, but I just know.
Well, and nowadays it's owned by Mark Zuckerberg. He's taken over the word meta.
Well, but oh yeah, because you can buy MetaPay is now.
Yeah. Oh, is it now called MetaPay?
Yeah.
Well, then now Instagram is Instagram by Meta.
Oh.
So
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. And they rebranded on a word that
when they're coming after you, that's a way out.
Yeah. You just escape into the metaverse.
There's like a lot of people selling digital property and stuff. It's crazy.
There's a belief that the next transformation for the human beings is we're supposed to be ethereal beings. Yeah, ethereal. There you go.
Yeah.
But also with that belief is that part of that is we'll all be plugged in. And that we won't even have bodies because we won't need them because we're going to be running.
We're in the Matrix.
Well, sort of the Matrix, but I don't think you'll have powers.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I think you're just
that's
fucked.
Extra. That's you have to pay.
You
extra
maybe
for
like
powers.
right.
It's like it's
Mark
be
has
those...
powers.
Yeah.
Me and you, we're lucky to score like Matrix weed.
Exactly.
It's a pay-to-win metaverse, I think.
For sure. There's no way it would be.
Coming.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just like
and I really feel like in about a week or two, women are going to have to wear white jeans when they're on their period. It seems like we're headed that way.
Oh, I know, right?
Doesn't it?
We have been just like a rocket.
The laws in place right now.
Old guys in robes shouldn't make laws ever.
Yeah. If people want to talk about like originalism or whatever, like those guys only lived till they were like 40 or 50. So
it's so bad that my friend who's going to law school at UW soon is like, he thinks they should get rid of Marbury versus Madison, which was a martial court. The first Supreme Court was like, they established in that case that they had the power to review any legislation and knock it down automatically by claiming it was unconstitutional. But like, there's nothing in our Constitution about abortion that's true, but there's nothing saying we should ban it. So like, that's kind of where people are frustrated.
Unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
But should we ban it because white rich people want more white babies?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Is that a good reason?
No.
When it really comes down to it, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all.
It's a good reason if there's anyway.
Do
we have a movement?
We have movement 5.
Yeah.
From Dopesmoker 5. Let's see what I got.
The Sleep.
Green Kutchi.
Yeah.
So, and sex too. So the chalice, what they're talking when they say chalice, they're talking about smoking out of a coconut.
Oh, really?
Cool.
And the bowl part's made from smoking rock. It's rock you can't harvest it anymore, but you used to be able to. It's called pipestone.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I think people have used it to make pipes still. That
but it's supposedly illegal because it's usually on sacred land. But anyway, the bowl was made from pipestone, and then it's a coconut with a hose. So it's a coconut bong.
Yeah.
Really fucking awesome.
That's what they called the chalice.
Yeah, and I was also reading that was a. He also mentions another thing called gradation.
Groundation?
Groundation.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Finds trust upon
which is
smoking
a Rastafarian
So smoking hose,
celebration.
he's smoking.
Yeah.
Well, right. So smoking hose, I think he's referring to. But groundation.
Yeah.
So you were saying it's a Rastafarian
Yeah,
thing?
supposedly. So I guess it's it says in the Genius notes from Locomotive on Genius is a ceremony of the gathering in the Rastafarian religion.
So that
see
what he's smoking? He's smoking out of a chillum, right?
Yeah. He's got some
with
kind
the
of
hose.
Yeah. I think that's the bowl piece right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they had that exact same kind of chillum, but into a coconut, and then a hose coming out of the coconut like that.
Yeah, and then in the cover or whatever, they have like these masks that they're wearing, which I can only assume weed smoke is going into.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Oh, it's a smoking party.
It almost looks like a
it's literally a huge sesh.
Yeah.
A groundation
huge smoking
is
sesh, man.
Well, now think about groundation.
Yeah.
To me, and I bet none of those people have fucking shoes on either.
Yeah.
But we don't.
Yeah.
I was just talking about a friend of mine that was all when I was he lives out in New York City. He was all hectic. I'm like, just go outside, take off your shoes, find some grass, man. Ground yourself.
Yeah.
Smoke some grass with your shoes off in the grass.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a little too high and a little stressed out about it,
Yeah,
as the kids say, touch grass.
Like literally ground yourself because people don't do it anymore. It's so odd to me that they're talking about this whole record is ancient fucking. They're making up a story about what could have happened in the millions of years of what we don't think happened. So we're on a planet that's it's been green and life sustaining for billions of years.
Yeah.
And we think mankind's walked around this long.
Yeah.
Because we've dug that, we walked around like such a
written
short period,
or whatever.
right?
Yeah.
But we've also dug 10 feet in the ground and thought this. They just found like the Mayan ruins are so like those cities are huge. If you know about Aztalan, is the shit they're talking about.
Göbekli Tepe. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah. But
that's
we're right next to Aztalan in on the way to right outside Johnson Creek.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a former
ancient
city.
Yeah. And they think that was a hunting village in the summer. 200,000 people.
Yeah.
They thought were in that city in the summer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't, and they think it's the Mississippians. I think that's part of what was a worldwide culture that was. So why does all of the indigenous people have a real similar look physically from Laplanders to Eskimos to Mayans to
it's like their architecture and
their physical look as a human being.
Oh, okay.
The odd one out previous to we're odd out previous to modern history. White people.
Oh yeah,
right?
well yeah, we're strange.
Yeah. Everybody looked
we come from those ice lands.
So, well,
those icy, England Isles or whatever.
But to me, that's what Dopesmoker, they're just hitting on this whole groundation, put your
they're calling
put your
upon
cell phone down, go get overwhelmed by music at a fucking show.
Get back to your roots.
Not even you don't even know they're your roots.
Well, no, that's what I mean. The roots.
Yeah. Feel.
Yeah.
Not
maybe even
Twitter. Don't feel like with Twitter and you know what? I don't know.
Yeah. I have to do that lately because I'm promoting the podcast or whatever. But I had to force myself into it.
Yeah.
Because before I started doing this, I was like, this is no good.
Well, you too,
and it's still no good.
That's
but
the whole.
I have to.
I think that's so. You just hit on something that they didn't even think about when they did this masterpiece.
Yeah,
is how they were going to promote it, What are people gonna? So what? Like you're saying, okay, I got to do this extra thing. Like even to me as Bongzilla, like we can't, like we just started a side project called the Sweetgrass Outlaws to record hillbilly music.
Nice, dude.
Because we can't do a country Bongzilla record,
right?
Yeah.
To me,
but you could. I mean, we could. Covers.
I can do any. We can do, but we'd have to do them like we're gonna do a cover record. It's gonna be all marijuana songs. Yeah. Our next cover is gonna be "Light Up" by Styx, another great Midwest band. Chicago. But we're gonna do a whole covers record called "We Sold Our Souls for Buds and Bowls."
Nice. That's a great one.
That is a great title.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I like talking. It's weird. Like Matt's more normal to me, and like I'm a pretty big conspiracy guy. Like I've been on the internet looking at the reptilian shift. Well, yeah, you could see his eyes for a second. You know, like,
there was a flicker there.
Yeah. Total slits, man. He's just ripped it. I was reptilian, bro. I just think you need to know it. But like to get back to the ancient, like that's what he's. Yeah.
He's getting like, I mean, you know, we have the assembled Creedsmen. With prayer-filled smoke, you know, it really, and at the end here, seed of Eden fall on nurtured soil, onward caravan.
So he's literally calling marijuana seeds the birth of life.
Yeah. Maybe
so
from you have the knowledge or whatever.
You have 2 drug receptors in your brain. Do you know what they are?
There's a THC one, right?
And one's I'm going to say opiates.
One's for opiates,
actually.
Yeah.
So,
opiates.
but which also tells you something about Western society and how we were taught abuse from really young, so we cannot use opiates very well. I haven't met many people functioning dope.
Yeah, it could be dangerous. Yeah, very dangerous.
But
right,
you still have a receptor, which tells me that. I mean, obviously, there was a point.
One of the older
we're just bad at
drugs.
I think most people are bad at drugs.
Well, I love their reference here to just how much a part of
we've been making them
is,
stronger and stronger.
It is like
right.
Yeah.
The seed of being, and it's also like it's like smoking weed is part of humanity, and it's
it's a ritual thing.
All of that.
And ancient, again, ancient shit.
Well, it's kind of like, I feel like in a nutshell, it's kind of like the stoned ape theory, you know.
Yeah, it's one of the only land race, which means like it's on every continent because we brought it to every continent.
Well,
same as chickens and mice.
Yeah, exactly.
And like we've made them into the tastiest things we can make. Yeah,
there's a lot of evidence that supports this going back pretty far.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Way.
And I would just add really quick onto that I was thinking about how the other day I heard that this is like months ago, but some Marine was like being praised for having gone on like this small raft across the Atlantic Ocean, and I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, this just really proves, because like they're finding evidence that people were in North Turtle Island is what I prefer to call it when I'm speaking about indigenous people, but like they found this place a lot earlier than we thought, and it's like. People back then were just smoking weed, and they were like, hey, should we get on a raft and go out into that big body of water for no reason? We don't have the internet. We don't have fucking, like you said earlier, when you're like talking about walking in the grass, it's like
exactly what
those
happened,
people were like bored and were like, we're going to go to this other continent we don't know about.
I can make fire anywhere, anytime. I can make shelter anywhere, anytime. I can probably remote view. Because I'm so in tune. So the Sumerians, one of the things I talked to. It's in our culture. They found. Look it up. The CIA has been doing. So then you get into MK Ultra. Get in it. You get in it. Fun. But this is some of the stuff I was talking about, Matt. But the Sumerians have. There's a picture. They have these tablets that you roll out on clay.
Oh yeah.
Oh the.
Yeah,
not Hammurabi's code. That's different, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no, I feel like I know the one you're talking about.
Part of these tablets, there's a picture on one of them, and it's a picture of the Milky Way. And on that picture is Pluto. Oh. We discovered Pluto in 1953 with a telescope.
Or so we think.
Well, no, we didn't. We discovered it. Yeah. But we're the smartest human beings that ever have been.
Well, that's the primary.
Cell phones.
Well, yeah, that's the primary like fallacy that like modern man makes is that history is an arrow, and that we are at the very end of that arrow rather than it being
falls
cycles.
a lot and it gets picked up by other people.
And the arrow is always going up. It's always going up, 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 up.
Well, people forget.
We're better than
the Middle East.
What were you saying?
No, I was gonna say is I think people forget that in like we're maybe going too much on a tangent here, but in the early Middle Ages,
what this album's about, man.
Islam was where they were doing all this mathematical research, and it's like
right.
So like, and there's also discoveries that like China made that were eventually discovered by other people, like fucking gunpowder and shit.
So a lot of times it boils down to this is the first time a white guy did it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's okay though.
Or a European or colonizing whatever post. Colonized world
post Iron Age.
Post Iron Age.
When we think it started there's a whole belief Neanderthals, the only bone that continues to grow in your body your whole life is your
your brow.
Yes, your brow. Yeah. And so there's a belief that Neanderthals are thousands of years. Also in the Sumerians, the first two kings ruled for thousands of years. And in the word, and so that's a myth, that's a legend. Yeah. But the rest of these texts are the truth, and they're telling that.
Well, it goes from Sumerian to what is it? It like goes. It's like a game of telephone or whatever. It goes from Sumerian to. I think I think maybe Babylonian, then the Israelites,
Egyptians,
and then they all share the same tropes in their story or whatever. Their origin story,
all the way to the Christians,
all the way to Genesis or whatever. Yes, yeah.
And even then, you've got like the same story reflected like in so many ways in like vastly different parts of the world too, not just in the Middle East.
Exactly.
I mean, the Genesis.
Even the story of like Odin being crucified, etc., and everything like that.
Even the reason they were getting into religion to be good. Yeah. Give me a bigger reason that I don't just go out and like even talking to Matt the first time and him carrying a Bible, it was like give me a bigger what is to me like what is modern religion really about to control and partially we're this weird species on a planet that to our knowledge no other species seeks a weird spirituality that we find in stuff like this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, we're this freaking animal that'll rape and pillage any given second to further our means. And that's to me, that's like what marijuana like takes that wanting animal. I think that animalness away.
I think that
considerably,
I think that's part of it.
It takes you more on this spiritual journey that like where a drug like cocaine and alcohol opens that animal door and makes it okay to be a fucking right?
But then weed opens your like Carl Sagan kind of mentality.
Sort of, I think. I mean, along with hallucinogenics.
I love they use Carl Sagan for that.
Yeah, like because it's space, man. It's contact
space. Contact.
I'm
Carl Sagan.
Weed's from space, bro.
Dude, right?
Clutch,
I like that.
Clutch said it best. Spacecraft.
That's my favorite.
Absolutely,
oh my god, that's a song I listen to.
If I could ever have. Anyway, Neil Fallon in here to talk.
That'd be great. There you go.
That'd be badass.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. That's on that album's on our list for Saturday because that album fucking rules.
Yeah. I like the first EP and the Ipamus, and then the one with Shotgun for Marcus on it. That early stuff is so good. It's a little less jammy. It's a little less jammy, but
okay. I'll have to listen to the earlier stuff.
Like
I'm not sure if I've actually heard it.
Let me look up.
Yeah, my old roommate listened to the Space Grass collection quite a bit.
See, that's late.
And our dogs loved it. Our dogs really loved the music. They love doom metal and doom
awesome.
stuff. And I fucking
dogs
fell in
have
love
good
with
opinions.
it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It just washes over them, you know. But while you're looking for
here we go.
You're looking for
okay. Transitional Speedway League anthems, antidotes. That's the one to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shotguns, binge and purge. Oh, yeah. Shotgun named Marcus. El Jefe speaks.
Shotgun named Marcus.
That's the record. That's the Clutch record.
Yeah,
I saw it. It was them. So Sepultura, the original Sepultura.
Damn.
Machine Head. Clutch opening, and then Fudge Tunnel. Do you remember old Earache?
Fudge
Tunnel? Yeah.
I don't, actually.
Three gay guys from England called Fudge Tunnel.
Looking this up. Hang on.
Awesome. Yeah, Fudge Tunnel. Super good. Super heavy.
Sorry, just the idea of it is hard for my brain to accept.
Take a second. Take a second.
Fudge Tunnel, that's so good. Yeah. Hey, what were you saying about Fudge Tunnel?
Oh, I saw that. It was
that was them with
4-band. Yeah.
Okay.
Sepultura too.
It was a big show.
I would love to see Sepultura, like that kind of lineup of Sepultura.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Chaos AD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to another track though. I don't have a transition for you guys, but we're gonna move on to track 6.
All right.
And or movement
Dopesmoker,
6.
movement 6.
Sorry.
We're
Yeah. Dopesmoker 6 is what I've titled it. And this is a transition between a few parts. So I want to get at least one transition.
The Pink Floyd part, I call it.
Okay.
I think
I think you might be right.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah. Then it gets all meditative and down to nothing.
I mean,
for
that
a
is
second.
very Middle Eastern to begin with, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Zebulon Pike at all?
Yep.
Yeah, because they make me think of that section very strongly. Like, I don't know, that's like
that's
very.
It's a great section.
It's so good.
It really like, I mean, of the rest of, I don't know. There's a really cohesive sound to most of the album, but then I feel like this part just really comes in out of nowhere almost.
Huh.
I don't know.
I mean,
it's different, I guess, than some of the other stuff going on.
It's a sleep record in one song to me. Like Holy Mountain, like that. The last From Beyond, the last song on Holy Mountain is like about a 10-minute song, and it's a super precursor to me looking at as a fan.
Yeah.
It's a precursor. I've never asked any like Matt about it, but I haven't ever talked to Al that much. He's always like, he's so like you read the lyrics he's written and shit, and it seems it's like so. I'm like bah. And he's so, you know what I mean? Like, and I just like, the only thing we played, it was Desert Fest London.
Yeah.
And we played the Roundhouse, this great show. They were headlining.
Yeah.
And he watched us play, and we played Gateway, the whole record. Or no, we just played a set. Anyway, he walked up to me and he goes, I get it now. Bongzilla is like smoking a quarter all at once. Like you just sit down and smoke a quarter ounce of weed in one quick sesh.
Yeah.
And I go, Al, you do get it. I'm gonna go smoke weed, I said. Which he like literally like not a lot of people I've met in my life, and I've met like really pretty famous anyway.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have likes. They're like Mike from Yobs, kind of like that. He wasn't originally, not the first 5 times I met him, but these days I talked to him more this last time, but he like became like so like listening to his music and shit. And then like Alan Ohm, I think too. Ohm is his heart, like he's bleeding when you listen to Ohm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can hear him bleed.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's like his hurt comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But he always just like I felt like I would interrupt him. Like interrupt his like I'll screw him up like meditating. He can't meditate for like
he's
like
2
more
weeks.
Thought
he's slightly slower.
Somewhere
he
big,
moves slower through life.
I feel like I'm like a fart joke, and he's like a Woody Allen movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just never. He's always scared me to sit down and talk to. Where Matt's like more like. I don't know. Plus, we met. I mean, if we toured with, I'm sure I'd sit down and talk to him. But
you should tour with that man. I mean, if it ever comes up, that'd be
I was gonna say like
be such
that
a
would be
badass
pretty
set.
sick.
That'd
be sick.
I almost assumed that it had already happened because it seems so obvious.
Well, Matt Pike's been working on that solo thing that kind of fell through with Bandcamp or SoundCloud. I can't remember what it was, but over the Ike stuff.
It's Matt Pike versus the Autotron.
Yeah, I still want to hear it.
They ended up releasing it. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Brent from Mastodon plays banjo on the track. They just did.
Oh no shit! I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that on Oblivion or not Oblivion. Crack the Sky.
Yeah,
that's a great.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's like a banjo. Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite moments.
He
in,
can play
almost any song.
So early on in Weed Eater, before Mastodon was even formed, Brent would go out on tour with them and open for him as a one-man band.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
And play like that guy can play. You want to Matt's a great guitar player, but Brett's he just
does everything.
Oh, he's just
like a Paul
There's
McCartney
like
type.
musicians to me, like Dixie, like I don't care if it's like a harp or a flute, like or whatever, he's gonna pick it up and rip it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I've seen Dixie play. Like we were somewhere once and there was people playing on like people busking on the street.
Oh
and
yeah.
What the fuck did he had? I think it was those keyboards a Mellotron.
Oh yeah,
I love Mellotron.
Yeah,
and he just starts and goes and jams. He was just jamming Mellotron with this band, like playing bluegrass and shit on the street. And like anytime the times we stayed in the same places with Weed Eater, which years and years ago was a lot.
Yeah.
If there was some piano or a keyboard or whatever, something laying around, Dixie would always be playing it. Always.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That boy. But anyway, there's I always thought I would interrupt Al's life if I talked to him too long.
Well, I, for one, want you guys to tour together. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Be incredible.
Catch you guys both at once. Amazing.
Sick.
Yeah.
Oh, we recorded at Shark Bite Studios.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. You recorded the same studios as this.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think that's true?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's not. I think they would.
Oh, man. I should.
They told me that they recorded. Is this like Wicca? You could update
This is,
Yeah, I don't know where it was.
269. I can correct him, maybe.
I don't know where it was.
He's got a couple downvotes.
I don't know where it was really recorded. So
Yeah. Well,
but I know they recorded it up north at the farm I was speaking to.
Yeah.
They probably mixed it at Shark Bite. Shark Bite is downtown San Francisco.
It's possible that it was record 2 in.
Why were we worried about it? I
just had the Wikipedia open, I was like, all right, well, let's see if Wiki has anything to say.
I promise to stop noticing things.
Oh, no. I like to correct the stuff on Genius. You know, I up my my point value.
Oh.
You know, it helps.
I can help with that.
Yeah. You know, it helps with my you know how people perceive me on Genius. You know, so. Did you guys know that this Dopesmoker was on the soundtrack for Broken Flowers, that movie with Bill Murray from
There's
the
an
2000s?
edit.
No,
that's an edit.
Is that the edit? Is that the short one?
It's an instrumental edit.
Oh, okay.
But it's not the radio edit I was speaking
It's a different edit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just found that in the research, and I thought that was
I saw
very
that.
strange.
That's on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
It's right there on the YouTubes.
Yeah, I haven't heard that cut of it yet, but
It's
I'm going
3
to.
minutes and 55 seconds instrumental.
Well, I kept on seeing that and assuming that it was fake or something, or it wasn't really Dopesmoker. I was like, well,
that's surprising.
It's a 63-minute album.
Have
Why
you
would
guys
it be
ever
3
seen the
minutes?
great movie Gummo?
Gummo?
I haven't, but I've heard of it. It's like an art film in a way of like the dregs of society.
Same
like
guy that did
a day
Kids
in their lives or whatever. Yeah.
Wait.
and
Is the kids where they're playing like
no, the
detectives
movie,
and stuff?
the movie Kids. But this movie's in Ohio, and it's kind of like subversive. It's about subversive rural America. But
God, somebody just told me to watch it, and I suck at actually watching movies. And like, it's come up so many times.
There's a kid riding his BMX with a BB gun across the top of his handlebars, and in the background sleeps Holy Mountains. Dun. Or Dragonaut, dun 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 dun.
Hell yes. Yeah.
Which is Anyway.
Yeah.
That was my ringtone for like 6 years.
That's a good ringtone.
Hell yeah. That's something to get you going. Someone calls you. But hey, this next track we have for you, this next movement is Dopesmoker 7 out of 8, and the 8th one I have 2 clips for.
Oh, jeez.
Here's Dopesmoker 7. Had to have the marijuana line in there, you know?
Yep. So here we're talking about escaping Earth.
Yeah. Getting into the.
And then he goes on
spiritually though, or is it like actually space travel? Is the question. I mean, that's what I suppose, you know.
Oh well, what they were into with like
perhaps both, maybe.
Well, I think. Well, now I think you're talking about not leaving Earth and space travel, like remote viewing, like traveling out of the body,
like
astral projection.
Astral projection, and use it. I think like definitely throughout time, more than marijuana hallucinogenics, but I think especially with hash and stronger. Like now, you start talking about waxes and diamonds and shit like that. That you can achieve. It's just a faster way to achieve something you should probably do safer, like maybe meditating or a vow of silence. Or,
that line, the chronicle of the Sinsemillion.
There's different ways to that.
Yeah. It's like the idea of like Sinsemilla is the term to denote like our modern advances in weed technology.
Right.
And it's like, this is the pinnacle. Like he's just like doing dabs. And like,
right.
When I do dabs
genetically
now,
designed
I usually
to be female.
feel like I have transcended in some way.
Oh yeah.
Like,
But I mean, it's not like I never have the hallucination, but like my brain is just like so like
that's what the edibles are for.
Yeah.
Oh no, no.
Yeah.
I just think and it's not like that in Europe. I thought it was really funny that you like Holland and Canada have had legal marijuana since the 70s, and not up until America started legalizing it did they want to purify it to the most crazy.
I remember BC Bud.
Which was really, some was really good.
That was Madison Mids for a while.
Well, right, because they're sending the shitty weed down here too. You know?
That's true.
Even with
home.
Even with I was just going to speak. I bet your $15 eighth is better than all the weed that left California or Colorado, right?
Yeah.
You know, but the weed that left Colorado was still really good. Really good would be my guess.
I can tell you, as someone that consumes some of the underground culture here in Wisconsin, that during the pandemic, the quality definitely shifted. For a second, it was very clear all of a sudden that
nobody was traveling.
Y'all were keeping the good stuff for yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But there was those fires in California too, which didn't help. But I definitely remember the early pandemic drought.
But drought, there was no way there was $3,500 pounds.
No,
drought or not.
Yeah,
when that was when this record was recorded, there was pounds were like now. My friend said in California you could get $800 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I bet Colorado you can get probably around the same.
Probably.
If you were if you were
got a card or something.
Mm-hmm. So you can take one of your I'm kind of ahead. I'm going to take my second paycheck and I'm going to go buy a pound of weed.
Yep.
I will also point out 1 pound of weed, you can do your math. I am correct, so you don't have to. It is a 1/4 ounce plus an eighth a week throughout the year.
Yeah.
So you'd have a 1/4 ounce a kill.
Yeah.
And then you get like a couple times a year, you get a half instead of a 1/4 that week.
Hell yeah.
And of course, we're not advocating.
So these,
of course, we're not advocating for this lifestyle. We're just talking about
that. That is a hefty habit, but do the math. If you did,
good habit.
if 800 for that pound, 52. The math on that is big. You're paying that quarter is like $15. You know, which you can almost go to the dispensary and do the same thing these days. So moving right along.
Yeah. No, this is the episode I'm definitely sharing with my step siblings that I started smoking with.
Oh,
you know? Yeah. They actually just moved. They actually just moved from Denver to
Was
Vegas
I not supposed
area.
to talk about weed?
No.
I'm kidding.
No.
We're okay on that.
These are the details that I like.
Yeah, I mean, no. In I was saying when we were on tour in Europe, the one thing making America great again is how strong we're trying to make marijuana. Marijuana is strong itself. What we're trying to extract from it to make it holy
even
fuck
better.
Oh,
that's
holy
true.
fuck every time. Yeah.
We are treating it like it is the cure to cancer.
I mean, there's the 38% test shit out here sometimes.
Well,
like, what
the more
fuck?
we test all the different chemicals too, the better
42
we can
in
use
Michigan.
That medical
42. So you're talking about a plant. What are you doing with the green matter? 42 THC on a plant, 38 on a plant.
Yeah.
What? You're okay, Dr. Weed.
It's
That's
just
one hit
it's
and you're just done.
Well, there's no such thing because you just want to know.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Anybody that
sake
says
of
it,
the science.
they're like, there's no
it's for the sciences.
Like one hit. When's the last time you did one hit? No matter how good it was, your friend said it was one hit weed. You did 4, right?
True.
Right?
True.
At least, and then you do it. This is how I know. This is how many hits. If I was counting, when I'm holding the bong and I forgot I was smoking, that's how many hits.
Yeah.
Whatever it took to get to that point, right? That I'm like telling a story and I'm holding the bong like it's a goddamn microphone. That's the number. If that was 10 on this week, and it's really different. And also 42 and 38 doesn't always matter because sometimes the 28 that has the mixture of CBDs and other psychoactive,
it
makes you giggle more.
CBG
that perfect hybrid that makes you like out of body experience versus a real heavy sativa that you can barely, your eyes start rolling in the back of your head, which I really appreciate because I'm high energy anyway. The good sativas are, but Yeah. It's and I appreciate it. It's fucking science.
Did you do a song called Giggle Bush at one point? I assume.
I heard that one today. I heard that one today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about cheese. That was about Trinity. If you remember an old indica strain called Trinity. In Giggle Bush, so cheesing, we never have written a song, but cheesing, I don't know if it's more a Wisconsin thing or where we grew. Me and the guitar player grew up north. Like I grew up by Wausau. Okay. He grew up in Nakusa. I grew up in Mosinee. Yeah. But we called when you lost control and laughed out of control cheesing. Cheesing.
Oh, absolutely.
So Giggle Bush was out of cheese. Oh yeah, Trinity would always make me cheese. So yeah, Giggle Bush.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so rare. We wrote Trinity was an old strain. We never. It was
Trinity. I've never had Trinity.
Yeah, it's an old skunk-esque California strain.
Ooh.
Super heavy.
Yeah.
White Widow. It was the base of the White family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
man.
But yeah.
Well, this has been a very educational episode of the podcast, I think. The next we have the last little bit of Dopesmoker next. And
2 parts. Though.
There's a live track. Sonic Titan is
which has nothing really to do with Dopesmoker.
No, but it does mention I think Jerusalem or Israel in it. I think.
Yep, so, it's an older song. Yep. I'm just saying it was so record companies want to put extra stuff on release.
Oh yeah. It's more just following our podcast rules or whatever. We always just use whatever the release was. Yeah. It's also
because Holy Mountain's
the
actually
Yeah.
It's originally
Holy Mountain's in one of them, right?
Holy Mountain's on Holy Mountain.
Well, it's also live on one of the other releases of this,
which is just adding extra. I'm telling you what my point is. This band, they would for sure. What they wanted was just this released as and that live stuff is just adding extra stuff because
it's just like the record label flexing. Like, you know what, we're letting you have your song, but we're putting a live one.
We're going to get it to be an hour and 13 minutes. Can't just be
or here's something shorter that maybe somebody will play on the radio because they could.
Maybe it was a compromise.
They can't play. They can't. Maybe
that was the compromise.
Nobody's playing Dopesmoker.
Mm-hmm.
I have several times actually when I was on WSUM.
No. You look at all the stuff you can do. You can go home and visit your girlfriend.
Yeah,
during Dopesmoker,
as long as it doesn't. Actually, because I used to work at WSUM. I did stuff there, and there's this dude Eric Sullivan that had a late night metal show for a very long time called Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay,
and at one point he was I don't know what the occasion was, maybe it was 420 or something, but he just yep, this is what we're doing. Just sat there while he was training me on how to run the boards, and he's that's awesome. Plays the whole thing straight through. Then does 2 more hours of old doom metal and stuff, like some Reverend Bizarre and shit like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Couldn't smoke weed in that studio, but you could come in hella high and just do whatever.
Oh yeah.
Definitely vaped in that studio a lot though.
Yeah.
I had a vape
yeah. But I got a solo-ish area here. This is supposedly the third and final solo, according to the Reddits. And then I have
round up the Reddits.
The Reddits. Yeah.
Round them up.
I'm going to blame everything on the Reddits. And then I have just the part of the very end bit. So, here's the solo and then the end bit.
Yeah.
And then the end bit. then about
That's usually the point where I realize
2.5
I'm
more
really
minutes.
high and I'm supposed to do stuff later in the day.
It's like, oh shit, am I at the end of the album?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, no,
I had
you
shit to
can-
do today.
You're like, holy fuck, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to do that.
It does feel
Especially
like
if it doesn't split.
Yeah.
it's like a landing back into your body. It feels like
Yeah.
a little bit, but
I've
it
often
is
done
slowly.
Yeah.
Like, go get like really strong coffee and then just like light up a joint, listen to this song through, and then like pretend I'm going to do chores after or something. on
Have
Saturday.
have
It's
you
like, I'm not
ever?
doing any fucking chores. Like,
Oh yeah, look at the time.
You start doing something, you put on Dopesmoker, you go back to doing it, and then like 20 minutes later you walk back into where you had put on Dopesmoker that you had forgotten you put on,
yeah.
and you're like, holy fuck, this part's so good, I forgot I
Shit.
put on Dopesmoker.
Yeah.
And then you sit there and listen and smoke pot a little bit probably, and then you go back
Probably.
out of
Could
the
listen to
room,
Dopesmoker.
and then you go out of the room again and go, oh yeah, fuck, I was rearranging my record collection. And you do that for a second, and then you go back in the room, and it's 20 minutes later, and Dopesmoker's still on. You're like, holy fuck, this is the greatest solo, fucking the fourth time
Yeah.
The fourth solo. Yeah.
in this song, and it's also the greatest solo ever in rock and roll, but it's the fourth best solo in this song.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's hard to
You gotta
reconcile,
figure
but
it
I'm going
out.
to be
You gotta
able to.
really think it through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay if
Yeah.
I do another bong hit. If I
Uh-huh.
put Keef on the bong hit, that's going to help. But no, it's.
Yeah, that'll settle things.
Could you imagine being one, by the time they got it recorded, the guy that they were talking to at London, I think, was gone. It was like
Damn.
one of those
one of those
deals, too.
switchovers. Yeah.
And everybody, because
Happened to
it was
Ween
truly,
a few times.
if you listen to Holy Mountain, you can see where a record company could see they could get a Nirvana out of it. Because Holy
Yeah.
Mountain is songs.
Yeah.
It's very rock and roll compared to that spiritual journey of which is very more Eastern, very like
Middle Eastern.
more
Very
not
meditative,
really
very,
as
like,
not
journey.
as much as he talks about is Israel, not really as much Israel is more Afghani and Irani and Iraqi and the more the hashed countries.
But
Well, I was
like,
thinking
I mean, they've got
also-
that tone in there
Yeah.
that like Melachesh and stuff uses as part of their like, their death metal
Well,
that they
in the-
do. That's
in
that
the
very
chant,
Eastern inspired.
I mean, this is the music itself with one basic riff. It's really repetitive, and even the drop out of life with bong in hand, follow the smoke toward the riff is sung a bunch of times.
Yeah. It
At
comes
the
back.
front,
It comes back to
front,
it.
it's the first lyric song and it's the last lyric song.
I mean, I have
And
to assume
that's-
there's a lot of Alice
That's
Cisneros
a
influence in
fucked
that
up.
too. 'Cause,
That's very like we did it too. Tune in, turn on, tune in, drop
out,
hit the bong
hit the
instead
bong.
of So
Yeah.
the 60s drop out of life, but I always thought that was one of the greatest drop out of life with bong in hand.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
and now you
it paints
almost
the
can.
picture.
Like you
One
can,
of my favorite days ever is quitting a job and then putting this on and literally just smoking a bong all day on the couch because I no longer have a job. I'd be like,
Right.
yeah.
but also where you live, you can get almost. I mean, I know at they're not letting people super party. You can eat mad edibles, I bet, at your dispensary job. I know you can't smoke on premise. I know that's really strict because of licensing and shit at most places.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
Those
there's
guys
a
are
way
all high as
around it.
fuck,
There's
though.
a way
Oh,
around
yeah, for sure.
everything, right?
Yes.
But you're in a day and age where you almost can drop. Is my point? Drop out of life with bong in hand. So
Yeah.
thank God.
And I think you were getting to that after the entire journey that you've taken after the end of the album, like it almost has a different meaning by the end. I think so, at least.
I mean, every time you listen to it in a way, like there's something.
yeah.
Like even today, I heard it really different than
Yeah, well, I mean, next time I listen to the whole thing, I'm going to be listening for that fucking solo thing.
I think you got
entire time.
You might need one of those pens.
Maybe I might need to like fuck around with it in like my recording
while.
software or something. Try to like extract
a longer version of like I always used to listen to The Wizard by Black Sabbath because it's just there's so much to hear in that song every time, and this is like a bigger, longer, more complicated version of that same thing in so many ways. Like,
well, it was like so. I remember hearing like. So you grow up, I was listening to Sabbath and Zeppelin and even thinking then like more maybe because of the things you heard about bands like the Ramones and the Dead Boys and shit, like how heavy and scary that was to me. And like even Jane's Addiction back in the years, but then like tone wise, like I remember hearing I Hate God, which their tones are really thin compared to like this. And then I remember hearing Holy Mountain and going like this is fucking heavy. And it's still really hippie. Like not hippie bad, but like Allman Brothers. There's a lot of Allman Brothers in Dopesmoker. That's what I mean by like when he's going, that's a solo. To me, it's not one of the three that people count because it's not it's not a 5-minute solo. But every time he's breaking a part of that, just like Al's soloing through this whole record, he like there's not many bass players that riff out during songs and riffs. Like in the middle of riffs, they're riffing out. He almost riffs out like the meat
moments.
puppets come to mind that he's playing a riff between chords. Al does. Dixie's another bass player that really in and out of the riff. Like they're just this is like the pinnacle of three of the greatest dope head musicians that ever got together in a magical way because they were high school buddies growing up. That's
they were high school buddies.
They all knew,
that is a really magical, like kind of.
I mean, this is the pinnacle, and then they all got freaked. That's like why Chris even quit Ohm because he was done with it.
Yeah.
Is what Matt said.
There's nothing quite like your kind of high school band, you know.
Well, if it does, if this is like the pinnacle of your, when I first talked to Matt about it, he kept always saying, we were just kids.
Yeah. I'm like, So they kind of have
like, if you look at that back cover, you even had it that the Dragonaut video, the black and white, very Sabbath-esque Dragonaut video from their jam space is so good. But they're so young. So young.
Holy Mountain to me was always more like a Sabbath kind of record, and
definitely.
But I feel like this is an evolution on the formula because they're like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna drop all of the.
Right, where did Sabbath never take it? Where did
Sabbath never take it?
Do you guys think it was? Do you guys think it was a conscious? Let's take it where nobody's taking it.
I think it was just the natural progression of. And not that it was inevitable, but I feel like it was the natural progression of their trajectory, like because that's what they really wanted to do this and they didn't give a shit about what the record company was saying. So like they were I think they were doing it unconsciously, but
they didn't build it. Well, I think it's very unconscious, and I think that's why it hurt so much when they didn't know what to do with it. They didn't just take it as what it is, which is one of the greatest and then they're like sending them back in to record. They had multiple people try to mix this version to get it shorter, to get it one shorter, mellower. They're like, it's so bassy.
Part of
they were like freaked out. Like Matt said it was, and Billy said too that London was so. They're like, it's so bassy. How what the fuck? Like it's and it's like you could never play it on the radio.
I did. But they I did hurt my ears a little bit playing it, and I had a little too loud.
And Billy does weird shit, like he puts subsonic shit in and stuff. He put like what I would call a speaker blower. It was this subsonic tone that you couldn't audibly hear.
Yeah.
But
a brown note.
It's sort of.
Yeah. I hope that's not real. The brown note.
Yeah, I don't think
I've been trying to get people to shit their pants watch me for a long time, but no.
Well, you let me know. You let me know when you find it.
I mean, as great as
when
it
you
sounds,
find it, because
I would chalk it up there as learning how to mow the lawn and shaving. Like, you think it's going to be cool when you're really young, but it's not that cool.
No.
When you got to do it every week
audience full
or every day.
of people that have just shat themselves.
Oh no, yeah, but that's pretty cool though. Like,
yeah.
The
idea of it is really great.
It's Christmas morning. Your grandkids are gathered around the tree. When Grandpa was younger, he hit this note. Ready, kids?
Yeah.
But you have get older because you can't hear it anymore, but everybody else can.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And you have,
the frequencies don't hit you as
every
much.
Christmas, you have a stack of green in the living room. Like, what? Why does Grandpa always have those greens in the living room? Because you're gonna shit your pants again this year.
Yeah. But we were talking about Black Sabbath a moment ago, and I just wanted to transition into this last live track that we have here.
Oh yeah,
the label probably tacked on. It's Sonic Titan, and they do Sonic Titan in the Sciences as well. So that's like the version I'm more familiar with.
Yeah,
but
I think they came up with some material in the early 2000s that they eventually were going to.
Yeah, exactly.
Sonic Titans from way back, Holy Mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, it was around for a long time, and then finally they put it on a record for the Sciences,
for a studio version.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, as Black Sabbath goes, I really get Black Sabbath vibes from the vocals performance on this track. But here's Sonic Titan live.
Yeah, you sure do.
Yeah, right?
Even the whole song's super Sabbath for them.
Yeah.
You can tell it's old.
Yeah.
It's old sleep.
Yeah.
They used to be, to me, a lot more Sabbathy.
Yeah, well, and like
they still pull that out live
really,
sometimes too, and it's really fun when they go back to it for a little while.
Well, because it does make a lot of sense, but like I wouldn't have thought of that when I first heard Asleep. You know what I mean?
I mean, I always thought they were Sabbath as a 3-piece growing up in California. So you had Charles Manson to Sabbath being hippie kid, all of like hippie parents growing up San Francisco area.
Yeah.
They're all originally from San Jose, which is almost a surfing town, but not quite.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's Sabbath without trying to be, where like you get in like Orchid and they're so trying to be Sabbath.
There's a lot. That's
they're
like
not.
A whole...
They had no intention. They're worshiping. Their own. By this time, especially, they're their own thing. And they're not. But like Sonic Titan era is them really still worshiping Sabbath.
Well, the version I'm familiar with is more in that, Dopesmoker kind of vocal where it's like,
Well, the scientists to me, it was so weird because they had been in their other bands to me for so long that
it was a good a decade.
I saw people call it high on ohm and silly stuff like that, which I get because he really sang like Ohm, and there was a lot of High and Fire riffs on that record, like on Geezer Butler and stuff. But it's still very Sleep to me. I think it's a great record. But and it's cool to hear studio versions of this, a couple songs that I had seen live a couple times.
Well,
and they had never recorded.
Like The Sciences is also like, one of those albums that if I want to introduce someone to Sleep, it's a much
start there.
You don't start here.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
You could.
This is a little unwieldy.
Holy
if you're
Mountain's
not
a good one too
used
for it,
to it.
it's so accessible. Like,
It's just the Twitter crowd's not going to get.
Yeah.
But you know.
Well, that's kind of what we're always kind of fighting against in this podcast, because like our whole thing is listening to full albums and finding out how they connect, and like that's not how some people listen to music anymore.
Yeah. Nobody does. Which I do. I do both. I just told my
I do both.
My coworker was like, "What's the name of this song?" And I go, "Do you know what? I like this band so much. I don't know. I didn't know the name of Sabbath songs forever.
The best albums,
because you're listening to the whole record and you're looking at the art. Well, much of my life you weren't looking at anything. You were looking at a CD, which wasn't. But wonderfully, we're back into looking
pre-internet. You didn't like. That's one of the things. Like we have like Genius here to like look at each of the lyrics while we are listening to it.
Right, but you were opening. You had in your hands this gatefold vinyl with the lyrics all written out, and you were following along, and
sometimes they wouldn't even print the lyrics.
MP3s miss it.
It's not. No, it's not the same. And I'm really glad that vinyls have made such a comeback. Because
we sell more vinyl than anything else.
Yep. It is fully like eclipsed CDs at this point.
And you can also,
which is awesome.
You can
CDs or
it's one. I mean, there's a band out of NYC that I follow on Instagram, Tower. I mean, I listen to them too, but I follow them as well, and they just did like a limited pressing of their, and like I'm sure they could make a ton of money off of that, because like it's almost like an actually good version of NFTs, where it's like, well,
that's funny.
You get to own
they are
forever.
the same things. I mean, it's a fungible token for sure because it's duplicated, but like there's a rarity to it because it's like a limited pressing, and you're like, I could say I got the first press, like it used to be.
Oh yeah,
like it used
to be. And I'm all about That's.
I still like once in a while I'll find something on like on Discogs. I'm like, I just gotta order it, even though because it's like
or
there's
you're
only a couple
in
copies
like
kicking around.
You're in like a pawn shop, and their record bin has an original Sabbath in it, or Zeppelin or some shit. Because the guy, because it's
when you run into those,
because you're in Nebraska, and the old guy doesn't have any. He likes Benny Davis, or like. He doesn't give a shit.
I think
those are magical moments.
I think Baroness has decided to buy their own record production facility or something.
Yeah,
I had heard something about that
it's
to the point where it's like,
for,
well, I mean, now they can actually just press them themselves.
Even Jack White's plea,
Jack White
to.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
To not clogging up his pressing plant with big presses.
Yeah. It's like, I got too much stuff going on. You guys make a new one.
Yeah. Well, every one of them they have Sony, almost every big Warner Brothers, every big record company has a pressing plant that is not open somewhere, or all the machines are somewhere. And they just need to get a building.
Right.
And he's
like, they're just old.
He's pleading with them to stop interrupting, because even for big companies, vinyl has now gotten big, and they're interrupting the flow of small, people like Bongzilla started a record company called Gungeon Records, and we just did a split 7-inch with Boris. We pressed 666, and it took X amount of extra time because we're pressing so few.
Yeah.
And we worked with a pressing plant out in Portland.
Yeah.
But because of them pressing, so they want, if a company's going to go, we want 10,000, you want 600, what are you going to press first? Your money. So.
Well, yeah. Well, there's King Gizzard has their own record label, Flightless Records, which is part of the reason they can get stuff out as easily as they do. But it also makes me think back to like A&M Records, and in the early days of A&M Records, it's like just the Tijuana Brass.
Oh,
and that's why like when you go to any record shop, you find like a handful of Tijuana Brass albums.
Well, I mean, like even London signing Sleep, they had no right to be signing Sleep. They had no, they had like no idea what was going. Yeah. No, they even if they would have gave them another version of Holy Mountain, which is what they were hoping for, they would have wanted to soften it up and make it more. Like even Holy Mountain,
want to make it accessible.
Holy Mountain isn't a Nirvana record. It's on the edge of being that. If you if like Sleep would ever buy into the not that Nirvana, I think like to me that's what you said, Hendrix, earlier. Like 60s radio music was good. Nirvana made radio music good for a second again. To me,
it just grunge, rocketed to the top so fast.
Grunge in general, but what happened like with the normality of record companies signing every band that sounded anything similar, and then like weird record contracts like We Own Your Name, and then you get a literal masterpiece laid in your lap in the world, and you can't figure it out.
Well, I mean, that's why eventually a lot of people in like, the MySpace generation of music just abandoned all record labels. It was like a lot of indie stuff.
I mean, I don't know if you need them anymore.
Yeah.
But
it's like you maybe need them once you reach a certain like critical mass of like
See,
fans.
I would say the opposite. Sometimes you need them to get to that critical mass, and then you should. But
I was thinking just maybe it's more of like a management thing at this point. You get to a certain
I'll tell you
level
what, I know, Third Man's doing right by them. So they're doing at least 50-50. So as a band, as a band,
50-50 is pretty sick.
If you're getting a deal like that, and then they're giving you money ahead of that or whatever, then that's pretty worth it.
Absolutely,
and you just don't have to lift a finger. It takes a lot to put out a record. When I say we started a record label, I got everybody. There's people doing it for us. I'm not sitting around doing shit. I'm too lazy, too high. But so if somebody offers you X amount of money and then we're going to give you 50-50 split on the actual pressings, that's pretty worth it as a band. If you're on tour enough to sell it, especially
especially nowadays where they're selling.
And I know, like back in the day, that's how Touch and Go did it, which was the Butthole Surfers and Jesus Lizard's label.
Well, I feel like the record, like the music industry, almost needed like that shock to the system to kind of reevaluate everything.
I'm sure big labels still take it. Like with the Mastodon stories, like. Well,
I mean, you're right. Yeah, there's a certain like bigness of where they're gonna be going.
I think you can get there without doing what Mastodon did. Yeah, they're like also they have the best day job anybody could ever want. They ain't painting buildings, they ain't putting nobody's futon together. Right? They're not delivering pizzas, they're not making mochas, but they might be succumbing to some rules that other bands maybe wouldn't want to.
Yeah. And I mean, that's always I feel like, I mostly see it as
they're like really like Sleep for most of their lives. They went home and worked. Like we come home and work.
I mean, that's like I always tell anyone that's getting into that's like wants to get into a creative field of anything. It's like you have to be prepared to be broke for at least 10 years or something like that and be okay with that.
At least.
But you're going to be pursuing something you love. You're going to be doing,
and then maybe being okay with just floating on top of the water.
Yeah.
And whoever you're associating with has to be okay with that too.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Like
I think that makes it harder as we get older.
When are you going to get a real job?
Oh shit! Now I have a girlfriend that has 2 kids, or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Like she's got to be okay with me having a studio apartment
Yeah.
And coming to stay at her house.
Sometimes I go off to Europe and the West Coast and stuff for weeks at a time. It's just a part of my life.
Yeah. I promise I'll come back.
I'll come back. I will come back.
I won't move to Denmark.
It will be tempting sometimes, but I will not.
I mean, okay, so Denmark, 55% of your income's given to this country.
Yeah.
But back end, everybody's taken care of, nobody's left behind.
Right.
Yeah.
In Copenhagen, there's a place called Christiania. You can legally buy weed. So like those people, like so. In somebody in America where you're paying 13% of your income to taxes, you look at 55 and you go, oh shit.
And billionaires aren't.
No, and billionaires aren't paying a dime.
Yeah.
There's a whole nother discussion. But
you're also paying like nothing, but also getting nothing in return.
Then you don't have. You're complaining, but you still have. You have health insurance that if you spent a week in the hospital, you would owe the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And that 55% of your income you would have been paying that wouldn't have left you behind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
damn right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. You make a lot of valid points.
We're fucking behind.
Michael.
Legalize marijuana.
Yeah, right. At least
our government free health. Legalize marijuana, free health. Use marijuana money to give everybody free health care. And listen to Dopesmoker.
And listen to Dopesmoker. Speaking of that, we have one more thing we do before we get out of here, and that's go around and find out what everyone's been listening to and what we got to plug. I'll start. We'll go to Reese, Nate, and then we'll end with our guest Michael.
All right.
I have been listening to I guess Bongzilla and a lot of Sleep today. I went through the first 3 albums of Bongzilla today.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I like to do a little bit of research, just drench myself in it.
Yeah.
As far as what I got to plug, just check out the YouTube, like, subscribe. We got a YouTube series coming soon. We're going to watch music movies, and soon we're recording our what is it called? The No Holds Barbecue.
So David Lee Roth in the late 90s did this weird thing called David Lee Roth's No Holds Barbecue.
Oh, yeah. I lived it.
It was hilarious and fun, but also like kind of, we're gonna react to it.
We're gonna watch that together.
There's a wrongness to everything David Lee Roth has ever done. Cocaine. He's on Metal Apocalypse. He's the cocaine clown. I think he's.
He's
Dr.
Roxo.
Yes.
Dr. Roxo.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's great. That's all I got to plug though. What about you? Wait, did I say Reese then, Nate? Yeah, Reese.
Sure.
You go.
Music wise, I've been one Madison band, Ossuary, quite a bit lately. Really good. Death Doom.
Yeah.
Burning Witch, I've been really stuck on.
Oh,
that
fuck yeah.
Lucifer. And then what else have I been listening to? There was another thing in my head and it just evaporated. Oh, Meth Drinker like fucking crazy. They're in New Zealand. Band, really good stuff. Right. And plugs. Buy Bongzilla's albums because those guys are legit as hell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank
legalize
you.
weed.
Wisconsin, by the way, is the newest one. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Listen to all this shit.
Thank you, bro.
What about you, Nate?
So I was inspired to put on a record by Zoroaster. Voice of Saturn. Before, and it's just great because there's like a theremin in there on the Voice of Saturn. That track is great itself. It's like an instrumental, and it's spacey as fuck, and it's in this vein.
Nice.
And to plug, I would just say check out our YouTube channels and check out. I have a Minecraft YouTube channel that I do some.
You just did another one.
Yeah, I just did another video. You should check out that on our Linktree. And I don't have anything else to plug other than I was going to mention that I don't know if Michael knows about this YouTube channel, but it's called 2 Minutes to Late Night. With Jordan Olds is this guy who tried to start like a pilot for a show that ended up becoming more of like a YouTube thing, and he does like bedroom covers. They do like stuff. So like maybe you should get in touch with them because Members of Mastodon and
nice.
Baroness, and like Marty Friedman's played with them.
Oh, cool.
They did a cool with Marty Friedman, they did a cool Fleetwood Mac cover.
Awesome.
Yeah. But like they also they pay all these people to when they do the covers, so like they get a little bit of a kickback from it. So it's
It's
something to consider for Bongzilla, maybe.
Great YouTube series for sure, though.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
really,
check
really
it
good.
out.
Yeah, maybe get into contact. They also, I think it's like 2 minutes to late night pod. I think might be their handle on Twitter.
Podcast. Yeah, they have a podcast.
Yeah,
as well.
they had that as a podcast, but I mean also I meant to say their handle on Twitter.
Instagram.
Yeah, and Instagram.
Yeah. Nice. Then Michael, then we'll leave the floor open to you. What are you listening to lately? What do you got to plug?
I have been listening to the Bridge City Sinners.
Oh yeah.
Great Portland band, Holy Locust from New Orleans. Black Sabbath always.
Of course.
And I'm going to plug the Weed Eater show tomorrow.
Yeah. Everyone come out to the High Noon tomorrow, guys.
See
I
Weed
wish I
Eater.
could be there.
Weed Eater destroy.
Yeah.
I promise they will be super high.
I
Dude,
suggest weed
hell
and
yeah.
whiskey for Weed Eater. That's kind of the combo that goes down real right with their
If
music.
you want to be really dangerous, drink the whiskey first.
I'm
Mix it
real
all
tempted. I'm real tempted to skip side B and go to Weed Eater.
I might have to convince my
be the
fiance
right
to
call,
let me
I'm not
borrow
gonna
some
lie.
of her money for.
Might be the right call. Yeah.
They
One of my
really-
favorite shows.
Yeah, it's the business.
Yeah.
And thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Good
coming
being here,
on.
Michael.
Seriously, dude.
Heck yeah,
I'm so stoked to have had you on. Again, I'm still a novice to this genre or whatever, but I am so glad to have had you
That was
on
fun.
with these guys. And thanks everyone for listening. And we will catch you all next week, where we are going to be listening to some select video game themes.
nice.
So
Nice.
look forward to that next week.
Hopefully
on
some
the Album Concept
8-bit.
Hour. We'll get to a little bit. We got to do a little bit of 8-bit for sure. Yeah.
I suppose video games are like full on great soundtracks. These days.
There's some really
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Look forward to that next week, everybody. On the Album Concept Hour. The Album Concept Hour is Brad LeBaron, Dave Gallagher, John Aker, and Jake the Snake Foster. Special thanks to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard for the theme music. Join the discussion on our Discord, tweet to us at Album Concept Pod, or for everything else, go to Linktree/Flyover State Park. See you on Side B. This is Flyover State Park. You are clear to land.